Phone USB. There we go. Audio one, audio one. There.
Audio on, audio on.
It's on. And it's jacked. And you can hear me.
I can hear you.
And I can hear you. Very good. All right, 4:45.
Whenever you're ready.
I guess I'll welcome us in. Can you turn that off?
Audio on, audio one. There. Audio on, audio on.
All right, everybody. We're back. The hot mic time is over. We checked the sound. The sound works, which is always good. It sounds nice and clear. We are hooked up through the speakers now, so it should be a lot better. And we have an unexpected guest, so we're going to kill the audio for a second. All right, so we had a special guest in the booth here, Sherrod Howard. He gave us the change. Kevin Pear will be wearing number 25 today, not number 0. I'm here with Joey Pagan. Dave Patterson is in transit, so he will be here. He'll probably be up in the booth with the rain coming down outside, and we'll work him in as soon as he gets here. So welcome, Joey.
Thank you, everyone. Looking forward this afternoon to a very good game again. The first matchup was exciting. I was there for that first matchup, that ended in overtime with a scoop and score. And, real good football, a lot of excitement, a lot of plays made late in the game to change the momentum. So there were a lot of game changes, switches of leads and stuff like that and momentum. And I'm looking for the same this afternoon.
So, Joey, why don't we do this? Why don't we go back in time and watch some of the highlights of the first meeting, which was only 3 weeks ago?
3 weeks ago,
yeah. Week 8.
Week 8.
So here we go, folks. This is going to be just a couple of the plays, and we're going to cut right to it. So we have our opening kickoff. So, again, they're coming out with an opening kickoff here. Let's see if I can get some volume on them. Yeah, I think we got volume on it. We just can't hear it, which is good.
It's a good kick, and we get a good return.
Good return out of it. Yeah. A return of about 39 yards. This was Toon Gittens on the return. Who they kicked to? Nope. Somebody else?
Somebody else. Okay. Golden Lions.
That's all right. Oh, Golden Lions. I'm sorry.
That's
wrong
all right.
Team. Already wrong.
No. You're good.
It was 21 on the Golden Lions. Got it.
And then number seven who returned it from the Golden Lions, I believe.
And here he is. The GOAT has arrived.
The GOAT has arrived to the pregame. So, all right. So now we're looking at here the first offensive.
Okay, so this is play 9, which you will see a sack from Bermudez. And here he comes. Nope, sorry, number 2 coming in. That's Tyreek.
I believe that was Tyreek Noble. Yes,
Tyreek Noble. Yeah, I had the rush for Garcia. There we go, Tyreek Noble. So we're going to pause it right here, and I'm going to turn it over to my guy.
Oh, man, ladies and gentlemen, what's going on? Play 3. That's what's going on.
Has the telescript.
Very nice. We got a little pregame action going on here. This is meeting number 1 between Green Wave and Golden Lions. I was there for that. How are you, sir?
Good, and yourself, sir?
Can't complain. Indeed. Oh, yeah, it was a pretty ball they threw. The Green Wave loved that vertical ball down the sidelines. That's really their bread and butter when it comes to the pass game. Very rarely do you see them more than 5 to 10 yards to the middle of the field.
And next play here is from Green Wave.
Yep. Pass complete. Quick slant. And like I say, very rarely. There's so much so that the Golden Lions weren't really ready for it on that one. Nice play over the middle for a touchdown pass. But again, what we got to see for today, bread and butter toward the outsides, down the sideline.
The next play right here. Golden Lions drop back.
Ooh, nice ball. We've been talking about the play of Larry Garcia all year long, especially when it comes to his ability to stand in the pocket, deliver the ball off a balanced base, and he really has stepped up since it was week 3 or week 4 where we were up in arms about his play. Now, this was, I think, the drop. Oh, no, that was a touchdown pass.
Yep.
Yeah. This isn't every play, right?
No.
Gotcha. I do remember the sequence. Yeah, okay. I was like, I know I was there. Yes, indeed. That was a good, nice ball thrown. Let his receiver get some space to work in. You don't have to get it into the end zone with the dynamics of the receiving core here. Corner the end zone on this one, just outside. But again, you see the ball placement for Larry Garcia. Huge improvement over the first 3-4 games of the season. Definitely kind of has made it known that he's gonna finish out his career trying to get this championship and come out on top.
The running play with Kev.
Oh yeah, Kev, he cost me a steak, man.
Yeah, I heard that on the show the other night.
Yeah, I had a bet with Drewski about yards per carry. This dude's tearing up the league with average yards per carry. On that one, got to pay dirt on that one.
See your backs again. He's rolling to his right here.
Oh, that was a pretty ball, too.
Yep.
To get the feed in. Very nice play. That was Ramsey? Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're checking out some highlights from the first game. Yes, indeed, Roscoe.
Yeah. He drops back again. And
was this Haunch on the sideline? That was Haunch on the sideline. You see, that's how memorable this game was. I could tell right away. That was a big throw. That might have been a 3rd or 4th down conversion on that one, too. Big play.
And here we have them on the 5-yard line. It looks like 4-yard line going in.
Yeah, they struggled in the red zone. In the red zone.
Yeah, I remember that. That's correct. But this was a quick slant. I think it was to Ramsey again, right?
Yes, indeed.
Yeah.
Ramsey's been Mr. Touchdown this year. He's scored pretty much in every game that the Golden Lions have played. I was talking on the big show this week about the fact that the Golden Lions have utilized him better than I've seen any team previous. Oh.
Hey, we got the big fella running the ball right here. Nobody wanting to tackle him. And I don't remember. Yeah, the score. He scored on that play.
Yes, indeed. That's a heck of a 1-2 punch with him and Kevin.
Yeah.
So you got a little thunder and a little lightning action right there.
Yeah, he has a lot to handle. I mean, not too many guys want to get in front of him. Do you want to try to bring him down from the side or grab him and bring him down from behind? So
I've seen a couple of times where players have gone for his legs and have given him the flat tire, but he just keeps on taking.
He just keeps it moving. Oh.
Yep.
Oh, yeah.
That set up the game-tying score. Field position is going to be critical today. The ability to punt on both sides of the ball. Field position is going to be absolutely huge.
Yeah, that's
Rocket, doing rocket things.
Yep. Moving around.
And by the way, that first...
Finding somebody in the end zone there, touchdown.
That first player he evaded was Errol. That's no slouch.
That's no slouch as far as defense go. You're correct. I mean, All right, so it was the last kickoff.
The last kickoff.
Kevin picked up the ball, almost got into the end zone here.
Oh yes, the return of the field goal was the last return in regulation. That was the last kickoff. Yeah. Oh, that was crazy. But on this one, should have kicked the ball out of bounds. By the way.
Oh, this was the last play of the game in overtime.
So they went with, you see Larry Garcia slot to the right.
You spoke about that on the show Thursday. He optioned it out like it was a horrible option, and you had to scoop and score here. And this young man just rumbling.
Yeah, so good block on that one, too.
And it was a good block. It was a legal block, which was the best thing, Sometimes in these kind of plays, you always get somebody trying to
do too much.
Do too much and wind up getting a penalty and having the play called back. So, but There you go.
And what was the big the stat that really stood out to you in their first meeting?
I mean, yeah. I mean, the rushing yards were big, as far as the Green Wave goes. Kev had a big game, and the Golden Lions only had 30 compared to 111 for the Green Wave, But third down conversion, though, or fourth down, it's 0 for 4 and 4 for 6. So that's what the efficiency was. But
the big one that sticks out for me, Pause, is that return yardage. Look at the Green Wave return yardage, 10 for 188. That was huge. Their average starting field position was in Lions territory.
And you're right. I mean, and looking at the Golden Lions, they had 109 yards return, which was good, not bad at all.
Indeed, both teams set themselves nicely with Duze on the Gold Lions side. That's how effective the Green Wave return game was, and the Green Wave special teams was, that they were able to double the output of a Golden Lions team, which had a big day.
Right. And, I mean, during the course of that game, we did speak about how special teams was going to be important, and it played a big part, as towards the end of the game with Malley fumbling the ball and giving possession to the Golden Lions, but then they were able to come back and tie the game up. So, yeah. So, I mean, that was a big deal. So
the fumbles and the turnovers kept the Golden Lions in the game.
Yep.
And I know that you saw that my pick this week was the Green Wave with a 5.5 point spread.
Right.
I see this game ending up 28-22 in favor of the Green Wave. I think that if the Golden Lions win this game, they have to get 26 points on the board.
Right.
If they don't get to 26, they're not winning.
I believe, the same thing. I feel the same way, The only thing that I say is that if the Golden Lions, because, I mean, they had a couple of drop balls by number 7, a couple of 50-50 balls that he could have pulled in, that if he pulls them in, it changes the momentum of the game. He has to have a much better game today in order for the Golden Lions to be able to get to those 26 points. If they just fix those little things that they made mistakes on, try not to turn over the ball as much, it's going to be even a better game than the last.
So all the awestruck stuff is over. I mean, when they came in, I think there was a little bit of feeling each other out a little bit in terms of the lack of familiarity between the two programs. I think especially it being the last game of the season where both teams were coming into the game undefeated, there's a little bit of allure there, a little bit of extra stuff, say a lack of a better term, that kept us from just being able to just hit the ground running in the first quarter. They were kind of, again, like a heavyweight fight, kind of just throwing a couple of jabs, not really going for what their bread and butter has been.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, once again, I'm expecting a real intensive game today. A lot of emotion, throughout the course of the games, and hopefully they can keep some of that emotion in check, and they don't, cause any penalties. I didn't see what the stats for the penalties were earlier. I meant to, but I didn't get to see that. But still, that was a big deal. I don't recall. There was a few. But, still, once again, a clean game needs to be played overall by both teams in order to win this game.
Yeah, the Green Wave definitely were behind in penalties. A lot of personal fouls and intensity. Intensity issue. Now, can they actually have the same intensity output and at the same time, not give up those yards? We shall see. Mm-hmm. So as we move around this thing, I'm going to give Howard a chance to get back to the stat comparison on this thing. And as you saw at the bottom, 9 for 68 yards.
Penalty-wise, the Green Wave had 9 for 68 yards and 7 for 59 on the Golden Lions. Yep. So it was a big deal there. I mean, still 9 penalties on the Green Wave, and they still managed to come out on top. So.
Indeed. Then we're going to take a look at the Green Wave offense. I'm sorry, the Golden Lions offense. Yeah. Well, let's go check out the Green Wave defense first, because Howard said so. And we'll talk about some of the matchups that we're going to see going forward. Now, the thing that stands out for us all year long is the front four. The graphic is absolutely awesome, by the way. Thank you, sir.
Yeah.
So we have Bermudez and Noble, the best combination of defensive ends that
Yes.
you're going to see. The tackles, those two tackles that you see there in the starting lineup, they'll rotate. You'll see this. So Gerard and Jose Bieto, they're the ones that start. However, the second string and even a third group coming in is going to give you not much of a drop off.
Right.
So the strength of this team is definitely in their front four, as you will see. What do you see on the defense in terms of somebody who could stand out?
When you have such a dominant front four, you don't need to create pressure with your backers or anything like that. And you're allowed to drop them in coverage a little more. And it leaves less windows for, the quarterback to be able to complete passes. So if that front four has a dominant game today, and, even with the substitutions, if they come in and they do what they're supposed to do, it's going to be a tough game for the Golden Lions again.
Indeed. So my pick for the MVP for today is going to be Toon. You see number 21, Toon Gittens.
Yes.
He is just one of those players that when big moments arrive, he rises to the occasion. He's also the most consistent player on the field, just across the board. He'll play offense, he'll play defense, and in these games where you want your best 11 on the field, he is part of the best 11.
Correct. And we saw him break up a pass, in the end zone, which was key once again. Those are the little things that create and, of course, for you to have a great game and to win.
Indeed. So this is the Green Wave offense. Again, that offensive line is impressive. And running behind that is the running backs. You got Pear and Carson in the backfield. They're quite a pair back there. And again, running behind this offensive line, it's no wonder why they can't pick up a whole bunch of yards, because you got, again, West and Anderson on the edges, Herrera and Arroyo, and then Otero in the center. We saw a couple times this year when the center comes out the game, or if center is missing, then you end up with errant snaps, and that could end up with an issue. So we'll keep an eye. Hopefully everybody stays on the field for the duration, so we could let the football handle it without the fumbles like we saw last week.
Yeah, that's correct.
Indeed. So turning to the Golden Lions defense, this is a defense that, going back a little bit of history here, is like the no-name defense. To me, nobody really stands out. You're not going to have one particular player that's really going to stand out or be the point, go to. But the linebacking level for the Golden Lions, being able to support the run, especially with Lozada and Michael in the middle there, those two giving run support are going to dictate this game.
Yeah. Last week, the last meeting of the two, the linebackers did have a big game coming up and filling the holes. Although Kevin, was running the ball well, but they did support a lot. They just need to have a better game and make on first contact, be able to bring Kevin down instead of allowing him to get more yards after contact.
Indeed. So that's the level that we're looking for out of the Golden Lions defense. Turning to their offense, it's gonna be Garcia one way or another. And again, the most scrutinized, the most analyzed player this year, period, has been the quarterback for the Golden Lions.
Right. Once again, he has to be able to get rid of the ball quicker, as you said. He worked on his mechanics a lot more, in the past couple of weeks. So, his game has to be on. He's been putting the ball in really good spots to his receivers, Dozer and Wilson and Ramsey out there. So, and the Doctor needs to have a big game today also.
That's my X factor in this thing. Definitely the Doctor is somebody that you're going to, keep an eye on. However they can get him the football. It might be from the quarterback position, might be from the running back position. You never know. We've even seen him line up on defense a time or two.
Right.
Again, going back to the conversation when talking about Toon, is that in these situations, you put your best 11 on the field and have them play football.
Right.
So we're going to take a break, and for the HSG Network, we'll be right back with Championship Day.
The HSG Network, your new home for the 2025 season. We will be streaming selected games for the Big East all season, including playoffs. Let us introduce you to the teams. The Brooklyn Bengals, the Empire State Wolfpack, the Kingston Lions, the Mount Vernon Kings, the New England Black Panthers, the New England Golden Lions, the New York Crusaders, the New York Dolphins, the New York Green Wave, and the Sheolin Hurricanes. Week 1's triple header will be broadcast exclusively on the HSG Network channel. Please let us know if you want your commercial seen by thousands of viewers.
Yes. And welcome back, HSG Network Big East Championship. We're going to go down to the field to our head official. I believe it's Sam out there today.
No, that's the league. That's the league. Shake hands, introduce yourselves, gentlemen.
Captain East.
All right, gentlemen, congratulations for making it to the championship game. We're going to have a great game today. In order to do that, I'm going to ask you guys for a couple of simple things. This is your first and only warning. Please take this information back to your teams. There will be no other warning after this. There will be no SMD, no gestures to the thing, nothing graphic, nothing standing over people. We're going to flag you for those little simple things, but the moment it starts becoming sexual and direct like that, I'm throwing you out the game the first time we hear it. There will be no other warning. I'm telling you now, if he pushes you and you push him back and you tell him to suck your dick, you get thrown out the game. All that pushing stuff will be yards. You will be ejected from the game. So make sure you let your players know. No more warnings about that. Do not lead a strike with the top part of your helmet. If you do it by accident or on purpose, it is a penalty. If we deem that you led with the intention to hurt with the top of your helmet, we will eject you for the game from that. Keep your mouthpieces in your mouth. If you don't have one, you're playing at your own risk. Obey the whistle. When you hear the whistle, stop. If you stand the man up and you start driving him back and we blow the whistle, let go and fall to the ground. If you keep driving him back and drive him into the ground, we'll flag you for unnecessary roughness. Get 2 of those and you'll be ejected from the game. Once we blown the whistle, the play is over, so there's no need to finish that tackle. Does everybody understand?
Yes, sir.
Everybody clear?
Yes, sir.
Green Wave, you are the home team. Yes, nephew.
Just to make sure, crackbacks are illegal, right?
Crackbacks are not illegal.
Are not illegal?
Not illegal. So if you are on the line of scrimmage and you want to come back and get a person, you have to come back and get them with a basketball pick.
Okay.
And the same way we do in basketball, I can't stick my butt out. I can't, and you. So be aware that if you run a person setting the screen over, you're going to be flagged for that as well. All right? You cannot crack back at any point. Go downfield, come back. You can't do none of that ever. They have to see you coming and they have to be able to react. All right? And that's up to our discretion, not yours. All right? Green Wave, you are the home team. This is a regular coin. This is going to be heads, and the football is going to be tails. This is going to be tails, and this is going to be heads. Golden Lions, you'll get to call it in there. Call it. I'll say it again.
Tails.
Tails is called. Yep, we call that heads. We call that heads. You said tails. You won the. They choose to defer. Receive or defend. They want to defer for the second half. Receive or defend.
Defend.
If you defend, you're giving them the ball this half and next half. I'm giving them choices. If they're deferring to the second half, you have the option of receiving or defending now. You choose. Okay. What goal you want to defend? Put your back to that goal. You almost fucked it up. You almost fucked it up. No, it's not almost. They don't have to take the ball in the second half.
There you go. So after all the colorful language,
He just fucked me up with all.
yep, and yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
So I don't think there's anything left unclear by our head official here. We're ready to play some football, and the Golden Lions, who just so you know what the little bit of the banter was about. When the coin toss happens, if you win the toss, oftentimes the team will choose to defer to the second half. Now, if you don't choose to take the ball after your opponent defers, then your opponent can take the ball both in the first half and the second half. And by the way, that doesn't happen often.
Right. I would imagine not.
There are certain situations when if somebody is extra cocky and not paying attention, that they could end up giving up the ball twice. So that's what our official was explaining to the Golden Lions. The Green Wave won the toss. They elected to defer, and then the anticipation of the Golden Lions taking the ball is what had the officials laughing. So we're ready for kickoff. So what's important right now as the Golden Lions get the ball first, just like they did in the first meeting? What's the most important thing that happened on this first drive?
Well, I mean, the kickoff team needs to get downfield and make a play, not allow them to get good field position. Because once again, they didn't have too many yards on return, but they did have quite a bit. So both teams were pretty good as far as kickoff returns. So the key would be to make sure that they make it down there and get make a play early. Don't get them any yards, to get upfield.
I'm going to be honest with you. I know who's going to be returning for the Green Wave, and the last line and the second to last line both have the ability to go to the house for the Green Wave. So when it comes to the Golden Lions, you might want to consider just kick the ball out of bounds.
Yeah, that may be the key, right?
But now with the Golden Lions receiving, you got Duze back there. We can put the ball in play and see what it goes. But again, you just have to keep that in the back of your mind. Is less about what you're doing on offense, is where is the Green Wave's vaunted first drive offense going to start? Because they have scored. Correct. The Green Wave have scored on their first possession every single game this year.
Right.
So as the Lions get the ball, what can they do in terms of field position? If they could score, to me, that's a bonus. But what can they get into field position where they could either punt or get the ball into a position where the Green Wave, for their first possession, have to drive a long field?
Right. Well, like I said, with the Golden Lions, they did have a couple of really good returns. Even the beginning of that game also, they had a big return. I think it started off the same way where Green Wave kicked off and deferred to the second half. So this game is similar just to the first meeting where Green Wave goes on defense first because they feel that they're the better team on defense. And, the Golden Lions are going to be on offense. So we'll see what kind of return the Golden Lions get here.
Well, absolutely. And the Green Wave defense, fresh off of 2 defensive scores, are going to be looking to be just the hunters on this thing where, traditionally offenses are going to try to drive the field to score and set the tone. Let's see who sets the tone first. And we are off to the races, so to speak. And Duze is the one getting the ball. He's at the 30. Crosses to about the 33-yard line, and that's where the Gold Lions will take possession. What do you got there?
Not bad. Good return once again. Starting at the 32-yard line, 33 of their own 33. It's a good field position for them to start at. So, we just got to see what the Golden Lions come up with first here as far as offense go.
Indeed. So the offensive line for the Golden Lions matched up against this defense for the Green Wave is going to be what you are looking to see. And we're lined up, ready to roll. You see the ready for play whistle goes as the Golden Lions break their huddle. Larry Garcia is in the backfield at quarterback. He has the Dr. Goubert with him.
15.
That's the play clock you hear being shot in the background. A little bit of a hard count. Garcia back to throw. He's looking to throw, and it's already intercepted. And that might be Tune. I think that is Tune.
Once again.
Wow. I think a guy who knows about football had predicted Tune becoming the MVP today. Just saying.
It was a great thing to do by Tune.
Wow, that's a heck of a play by him. Again, I predicted that he would be the player of the game. We have a lot of ways to go. However, that's quite a good start there.
Yeah, it was. I mean, once again, like I said, the defensive front four for the Green Wave are real tough. So I mean, once again, he had time. Tune just made a good play and break on the ball. So which was good. And that, like I said, the linebackers could just sit back and coverage.
Indeed. So a good break on the ball. And again, in these type of situations, Tune rises to the occasion. And like I said, big-time players and big-time situations, that's what it is. And number 21 is not coming off the field. He is the slot receiver to the near side. And we will have a pass play coming out. Number 34 throws the ball to Errol James. And round 2 happens very similar to round 1 with this Green Wave offense immediately striking. And number 34, of course, on the play sheet says DeJury Addison. We know it's not that. It does look a bit like Chris Andrews.
I'm gonna say it might be Chris Andrews. I heard something down at the bottom down there as I was walking up that the jersey was not in. Just as the same thing for Kevin Pear, where he's wearing 25 today instead of his 0, who has the ball right now.
A good call there, Coach. Nice hard run by Kevin Pear. Mm-hmm. He ends up at the 15-yard line. But, yes, the quarterbacks that we're going to see today from the Green Wave is going to be Chris Andrus and Juan Garcia. And just judging by the walk and the body language, it does look like it is Chris Andrus. I'm going to check out the sideline to see, usually by a coach or whoever, that we can see which one, whether it's whether it's Juan or it's Chris Andrus on the sideline. And I'm not really seeing either one of them, but maybe they're both in the game. I don't know.
10.
All right.
10 seconds on the play clock as you hear the official in the background.
5.
Second down and 5.
3.
Tune goes in motion. We have a penalty. We have
that ball. False start.
Okay.
Thank you.
We have a false start on the Green Wave, so I'll move them back 5 yards. And with the momentum right now, how important is it for the Green Wave not to have penalties right now?
It's actually big. They need to, continue this momentum, getting a big pick on defense, grabbing that momentum, taking it right away from the Golden Lions. You need to be able to get there, and continue. But once again, we spoke about penalties, right? The Green Waves had more penalties than the Golden Lion. So these are the little things that we can't have, if you want to be successful down here, in the red zone.
Yes, I do believe that I spotted Juan on the sideline for Chris Andrews in the game wearing number 34, left-handed quarterback. That
good
pass to Sadiq Nathaniel. That's one of their trademark plays is the quick screen to Sadiq, work along the sideline. That's an extension of their run game. Safe play, not putting the ball on the ground, not putting the ball in harm's way, and now it sets up a very manageable 3rd and about 4.
Right, that's what it looks like. I mean, number 6 out there, who was wide as a receiver, Miller, he had a good block on the corner, which allowed him to get to the outside and turn the corner and get an extra couple of yards there. So, once again, the little things that you want from your offensive players. You want them, receivers to block on running plays or on screen plays. So,
defense for the Golden Lions showing blitz here. They're in the gaps. A couple adjustments.
Good
and they get it right back out, and that's
good first down.
And Tune picks up the first down, and from the Department of Repetition Department.
Right.
Tune with another critical play.
Right. And, you saw the ball fake. It wasn't the greatest, but it froze the linebackers and the defensive line enough for him to be able to get the ball out there. So that was pretty good.
And Trevor Carson, the juggernaut, checks in, and he was bouncing back and forth like he's about to do something. So we want to take a look at that.
Line now.
You're in a situation where it's first and goal now, and you got a heavier package in with number 33, Trevor Carson. So now with first and goal from the 9, what's your play selection here, runner pass?
We brought the big fella in. I'm thinking, it's first. I think we're going to run with him leading the ball. He's going to lead the ball for Kevin right here. I think we're just going to simply go off tackle if we can.
We got Toon with the counter to Kevin Pear. Great play right there.
Okay.
Well.
So it wasn't off tackle. We went counter. They brought the big fella in for just disguising, But you got to respect him, though.
Absolutely. And they faked the speed sweep.
Which is another
speed sweep.
Yep. Another person you really have to, watch out for. You don't want him to get the ball out there. So.
Indeed. So defensively speaking, you got to respect a few different things. With that play, you end up having to check that speed sweep, check for the bubble to Sadiq, and then you got Kevin coming downhill. It's very tough to stop.
Got another handoff. He tripped.
Off to Kevin.
Even though he trips, he's still fighting.
He looked like he was in. And one official has his hands up. It looks like he is in.
Now you got a discussion going on.
Now, I did see hands go up. Look from here that he was in, but we're on a little bit on that angle.
Third down.
So they call a third down, and
same thing. Y'all come crashing. Good communication.
All right. Well, let's see.
I don't think there's any doubt right now that the Green Wave are going to try to run this thing in.
Oh, right. Right behind the quarterback. Great job.
For the touchdown. So, just like we've seen all season long, Green Wave offense, first possession, points, automatic. How critical is that?
Very critical because it just keeps the momentum on their side right now. And if you notice, he ran behind Kev, behind Pear there, and Pear was always he's a great blocker. So, I could see that happening. He had a block on the linebacker there, so it allowed the quarterback to go straight in.
Indeed. We're going to check in with the official.
Defensive captain. Defensive captain.
There was a penalty after this.
Now on the try.
We'll take it on the kickoff.
We're going to take it on the kickoff.
We've seen this decision a couple times, haven't we?
Yep. I mean, the Golden Lions don't have too much confidence in the kicker, So he's not bad. He's a pretty good, decent kid. He kicks very well. So I'm not sure why they would not move him back.
Well, we had a solid return to the 33-yard line on the opening kickoff. So now with a 15-yard difference, but again, you have to have more than one play to actually get some movement on offense, and the Golden Lions have literally had the issue. Oh.
We got unsportsmanlike conduct on the offense. Number 1, 15 points, 15 yards were assessed now. Try for point.
Oh, so they didn't take it on the kickoff. They actually moved them back.
Indeed. We've seen that a couple times this year. Depending on if it's a slugfest and you keep the numbers low, you want to get these critical extra points.
Ball's away,
and it is. Ooh.
No good. A little left.
A little bit to the left. So we'll see how critical that ends up being later. But again, giving up yards, not good. But Green Wave have played this way all year. Can you really fault them for that? No,
you can't. No, you can't.
What they do. They score touchdowns and get personal fouls afterwards. That's what it is. And it might be a little bit of a mind control over the other team, as not only do they get a chance to get in, they get a chance to set the tone.
Yep. All right, so
Howard Gaber on the telestrator. Look at this.
To score down with the time, right?
So you're going to see Kev here, lead the quarterback. And they're going on the left side behind West, which is really good. Here's Kev with his block, as you can see, the quarterback real easy in.
Now, what you are going to see, by the way, on the right side, number 57, Randy is putting in some work right there.
Yes, sir.
Number 33, the Juggernaut, you see the man that he's blocking, putting in work right here. Dude's on his heels. The Golden Lions the Golden Lions defense really came out deflated. You could tell on that first play that they gave up, they just weren't the same. And when you have that type of body language where you're on your heels and you're catching as opposed to driving downhill, they better fix that really quickly or else it's going to be a long day.
Not that deep of a kick by Fernando here. I can't tell who got it. Number 10 got it.
20-yard line and another decent return for the Golden Lions, and they'll pick up the ball at the 37-yard line. So, wow, we've had one play on offense for the Golden Lions that was absolutely disastrous.
Right.
And now let's see what they could do. Stop me if you heard it before. Their second possession, and they're already down a touchdown.
Right, and this is what they do. Hopefully they can get it together, and get something here. I think
offense ready.
You need to start where you run the ball first, and try to establish this run game a little bit. See what your offensive line. Although the Green Wave's defensive line is stout, but let's see what happens here. What they try to get off here.
Indeed. So shotgun formation. Larry Garcia. Now they're going to try the run play.
Yep, there you go.
Picked up a 3 on the play.
Right, tackle by number 8.
The Docteur Gobert. Bieto is in on there too. So, again, this Green Wave defense gets to pin their ears back a little bit, playing with a lead.
Correct. So, once again, see the linebackers for the Green Wave coming up and making a play really quick. Short gain. Still positive yards, which is what you want on first down. You got about 3 yards out of that. So, let's see what they come up with here now. With the quarterback in shotgun again. Garcia's taking out the field.
So he's negotiating this defense, and
another run
seems off. And another
good
to
play.
Gobert. Decent pickup on the play.
Yeah.
But again, you hear a lot of chatter from the Green Wave sideline. They are ready. They were very confident this week. Ironically, quieter when it came to social media, quieter when it came to the broadcast, the shows, the media end of it. Just one quick delivery of, hey, look, we're locked and loaded, and you're going to see a show on Saturday. And so far, they haven't disappointed.
They haven't disappointed. And once again, it was a great play by the defensive end over there. Enrique, he got off his block to turn around and make the play from behind. If not, the Doctor might have been able to get a few more yards out of that. So, it's third and short, which is good. That's where you want to be. So I see maybe a play action here.
So Garcia is surveying the linebacking level for Green Wave. As you see now, they're down. That's why he's going to pull the ball, delivers a pass, and it is incomplete, intended for Christian Ramsey.
Right. So here you have fourth down, but the sticks move. So there's a flag.
We got a dead ball, unsportsmanlike, on the defense.
Jeez.
Let's go. 80.
50.
All right. All right, let's go. 15 yards. Go to the plate. Dead ball, unsportsmanlike, on the defense. 15 yards, result is a first down.
It might have been an 8. Whatever it was.
Regardless.
We talked about penalties beforehand.
Emotions are big. They run high in these type of games. Championship games, you always have a lot of high emotions. The last thing you want to do is let it get the best of you and cause it.
They got them to fourth down.
Yes. Now it's first.
It looked like the Golden Lions were not going to punt the ball, and you know how I feel about that.
Right. They didn't do it the first game. So it looks like we got a timeout.
Timeout on the field. So with the Green Wave up, and I've been saying this, right? The Golden Lions now were facing a fourth down. Larry Garcia goes to the sideline. We didn't see any movement in terms of the punt game, right?
Right.
So if you just hold your water, you're playing good. fourth down,
Right.
if you get them off the field,
I'm a pussy.
now the Green Wave
Trick gets the ball on the 50-yard line or
50. They were at the 35-yard line.
So look at that. So it would have been even better for the Green Wave. But once again, emotions.
Another short field,
Yep.
another chance for a quick score, and then we're talking about super desperation mode. Now, why is it that the Golden Lions feel that it's a desperate time right now?
They shouldn't. It's still very early in the game. I mean, you want to play football, and you spoke about it too on the show Thursday night. But here and last week, the first meeting, we said the same thing. No one's punting, and why? And turning the ball over and giving the opposition great field position. So I mean, I think it's something that they need to reconsider if they get back on fourth down again.
Defense set. Oh, no.
Indeed. Well, we shall
Defense
see. I
set.
know they're hoping that they don't have to make that decision,
set.
but in order to do
Offense
that, you're
ready.
gonna have to get the first downs.
Right.
Call your play.
And so far, we've had an interception and 2 runs and an incomplete pass. Hard count, and it appears though the Golden Lions kind of like overthought.
Yeah.
Offense.
You know?
Yeah.
Number 7.
And they're in an unlikely position to go offsides. You're a receiver. All you got to do is look down the line of scrimmage and wait for the ball to be snapped.
That
right?
is true.
So, the quarterback is barking and barking and barking, and here you go, and you go offsides.
Indeed. So we were talking on the show this week on Sunday mornings, way too early with Pat's show, about what will give you an indication of who has momentum. And whatever team is doing things that you had not seen them do all year, that's the team that's in trouble. And it looks like the Golden Lions right now are in some trouble.
Yeah.
5.
Garcia,
Another
all
handoff.
play to the doctor.
And the linebackers once again come up and make a great play.
Well, it pick up 4 yards on the play.
Right?
If you didn't have the penalty on the first down, you're looking at a manageable 2nd and 6.
Right.
Again,
now it's 2nd and looks like 9.
We're at 2nd and 11 right now.
2nd and 11. Okay, so
you got double sticks on this thing, and again, it's when you try to get fancy. We haven't seen Garcia do like a hard count to the point where, Green Wave has a pretty disciplined defense.
Right.
Not really the time to do that, but
15.
he threw his own guy off there.
Garcia in the shotgun.
10.
10 seconds on the play clock. He's looking. He has time.
Arms away.
He
good.
takes
Oh,
the
good
safety
play.
valve. Now, he gets it out to Kadeem, and Kadeem did not get much help on the block there. One block on the edge. I'm not sure that was Ramsey.
The corner made a great play, was able to shed the block and make a play on that, for the Green Wave.
Indeed.
So-
That was a heck of a way to shed the block to get to the play. But yeah, come on, man, we gotta solidify that block.
Yeah, number 88, that was Shannon.
Oh, Shannon James.
Shannon James made that play, yeah.
Yep.
He's not a bad defensive back. He's pretty good. So, that he can make plays like that all day. That's going to help the Green Wave defense, and the linebackers, like I said, are coming through. This defensive line is something else, So,
I think we're getting to the point where, again, not getting desperate, but the Golden Lions have had success throwing the ball vertical. Not sure how much they're going to get that short game in. Here is a vertical pass. He has a man getting to the sideline, just overthrown.
yeah, it's a bad pass. He had him wide open.
Yep, intended for number 18, Sid Franklin.
All right, so now it's back to fourth down. Garcia's walking over to the sideline.
And we see a lot of, we see hands moving and a couple.
Yeah, it looks like they're going to go for it on fourth down.
Fourth down. We rolling.
I mean, okay, granted, we're on the other side of the 50 right now. So, with that be factor in on the...
Ladies and gentlemen, I wish you could see my face right now.
Yeah, yeah.
Just because.
I'm just trying to be the voice of reason. I mean, but
punt.
You're supposed to punt.
Punt the football. Your defense was deflated because you gave up a short field.
Yeah.
Okay, we'll see. 4th and 12.
Oh, punt.
There you go.
Okay, smart.
Oh,
it hit him.
It hit him.
Yep.
It hit him.
Wow.
I mean, I'm just saying the old ball coach knows what he's talking about. Punt the football and some good things might happen. And inadvertently, that's what happened. So
Great call by the coach to get Garcia to push punch.
There you go.
You know, and that's something that the Green Wave have to worry about. You know, coming and going forward, that they have to make sure that they do this thing. You know, they pay attention to what's going on in the game.
And the Golden Lions have their longest offensive play today so far
via pooch punt.
There you go.
And a fumble.
So now we have a 1st and 10 from about the 15-yard line. We're a little bit on the angle here.
All right.
And that's up
Run and
the middle.
play.
The doctor.
Good run by the doctor there. But once again, the Green Wave defense comes up, rallies up to the ball. And,
you don't have to do anything crazy. What you really needed was that 40 yards of space. And you got that 40 yards.
Right.
So regardless of if this gets in the end zone or not here, right? And we know that they're not going to kick a field goal. But if you get we're already successful on this drive.
Yep.
That's all you needed to do. To tell you the truth, you needed this on the first drive.
Correct. This is exactly what you needed, but you threw the interception. But way to bounce back by the Golden Lions. I mean, special teams, once again, we said it in the first game, it's a very big part of this game.
Indeed. And in the first game, there was the similar way that it transpired. Of course, we got flags on the play.
False start on the offense.
That's the one thing you can't do right now.
Right.
5 yards, replay.
Right.
Now, mind you, in the first game between these two teams, it was David Miranda that came up with the big fumble recovery on the 10-yard line,
right,
which led to the Golden Lions' first score.
Yes.
So maybe, just maybe,
double stick.
Maybe, just maybe, this fumble via the punt could give you the same storyline here.
Yeah, well, once again, just shooting yourself in the foot, doesn't help you. But I'm a big fan of sometimes getting a little more space for your offense to work as opposed to not having as much room. So now they got a little more room to work offensively.
You should be looking for Kadeem Wilson in this case.
Balls away.
Oh, deflected. I don't know who that was there. Number 3, I think, might have been in the middle of the field.
Duze.
Oh, number 1 with the deflection on that play. It was pretty good. Good defense on the.
And that's the matchup that we enjoyed so much the first time around was the Duze versus Sadiq Nathaniel matchup. Just competitive football across the board between those two men. Absolutely great.
Right.
And we're going to see most of it again today.
Yeah.
But again, now, here's the thing. You've already thrown an interception to Toon. It's 3rd down. We know who Sadiq is covering.
Right.
Why not get the ball to Kadeem?
Yeah, and Kadeem's being covered by number.
It's like Shannon James.
Shannon, yeah.
Now, I'm not saying anything bad about Shannon James. All I'm saying is that I'd rather take my chances with Shannon than Sadiq Nathaniel. Both of these guys have played for my teams before, so no disrespect.
Looks like he's looking that way.
He's looking for Kadeem.
Oh!
Kadeem almost
came down.
Almost.
It looks like, who was it? The defensive back, James, was looking for help on the inside because he looked like he was in the trail technique. So, but he was wide open.
I don't think that Kadeem expected that ball to be thrown there.
Yeah.
Because it ended up, the ball was almost there. It wasn't a perfectly thrown ball. However, if Kadeem was completely locked in knowing that ball was going there, Kadeem usually comes up with that. So we shall see. So 4th down. Big play here.
Where do you think they're going to go, Dave?
I think they're going to go back to Duze, probably corner of the end zone.
All right.
Yep, right where we can't see it.
Balls away.
Back
the other way.
a little bit low. A little bit low.
Yeah.
I like the call. He's used to throwing it to that pylon, that back pylon, and we have an injury on the play.
Yeah. Enrique went down there. I didn't see what happened. But it looked like the pass was short
Rolled his ankle.
to the receiver, and Shannon was able to make a play on it a little bit. So
that back shoulder, this was thrown a little too early.
Yeah,
a little too early. Good coverage. It's a tough route to cover, but ultimately Larry Garcia needs to make this throw.
Right.
Championship time. I'm not pulling punches on people. I'm not going to do that.
Strap up.
This throw's got to be on that pylon.
Defense set. Offense ready. Call your play.
Howard has gotten so fancy that
Yeah.
his Madden Telestrator is
back here.
Near out. All right, we get that. This is the replay going. We're gonna go back to live in a second, but
yeah, it's just late.
all right, we're live. Kevin again.
Pear with a big run up the middle. That's a good way to counterpunch right there as he picks up 11 on the play.
Yes. And, I mean, it was, good play on the offense. Another counter there. Kevin is having himself a pretty decent game so far. I mean, if the Golden Lions can't stop him today, they're gonna have a tough time.
Well, the good news for the Golden Lions is, as successful as the Green Wave have been on their first offensive possessions this year, they have been equally not effective on their second and third offensive possessions this year. They've usually had like a lull, like they've gone out full. They've gone out full tilt and then kind of gone flat a couple times.
Here we go, Kev again with another carry. Once again, look at him push on his own. He has no help from the offensive line. This young man is so strong, that he fights for these yards by himself with no one pushing him at all. None of that stuff. And he got maybe 8 yards out of the 7 yards on that carry.
Timeout, defense. Timeout.
And the Gold Lions called timeout to regroup. And for HSG Network, this is David Parrish here with Coach. We'll be right back. Coming back. And we are back. So, as we were saying, Green Wave defense buckles down after the big turnover on the punt, which extended the Golden Lions' possession. And now the Green Wave try to counterpunch and get out of their own end. Again, that field position game. Green Wave have not been that successful when it has come to that second drive, third drive this year. They usually had a lull after being up early. We'll see if they go for the knockout punch.
I mean, if there's a time to break that habit, it's right now. Because you do need to score here to have a comfortable lead and then even play a lot more on defense, a lot more relaxed on defense.
I'll be playing.
Indeed. If the 2 scores is tough, 3 scores in semi-pro is usually night. It's really a race to 3 scores.
All right.
And here we go, back to action. We got Chris Andrus in the back.
The big fella got the ball now.
Ooh, the juggernaut still on his feet.
And what do we get?
First down. Trevor Carson.
Yeah, that kid is a handful. Once again, we saw him a couple of games before, where people just really don't want to try to hit him. And on these short yardages, guys are trying to bring him down by holding him up top, and that's just not happening. If you're going to gang tackle, somebody's got to go down and wrap his legs and take his legs out from underneath him. If not, he's going to push that pile for a good 3 or 4 yards on his own.
Indeed. We said on the big show this week that if you see the juggernaut getting carries, you know that the Green Wave are in control because he is the second punch. So they deliver the first punch with Kevin Pear, and then they counter punch.
That's the end of the quarter.
Oh, wow.
End of the first quarter.
And that's the end of the first quarter. HSG Network, we're going to go to a break right now. We'll be right back with more championship action.
47 long.
And we are back. Now the Green Wave are going from right to left. second quarter action. They're near midfield, up 6-0, and go back to Kevin Pear on the handoff. Another solid pickup. That's really all they need to do in order to get the championships there.
That's it. Continue to run the ball, play safe. Their offensive line is one of the best that you could possibly find anywhere, right? But his vision is so good, right? He's stretching, but he has the presence of mind to put his foot in the ground and cut up field and get another 4 or 5 yards out of that. So, that's what's the key here, and him possibly going over 100 yards today. Right.
So let's see if we get more of the same. 15 seconds on the play clock. And it looks like they're going to pass it now. Andrews is back. He throws it.
Good catch for number one.
And nice catch by Sadiq Nathaniel.
Yes.
Come on, get up.
Wow.
Good job.
Really good separation on that. Little veteran move on that thing. I'm not going to say push off.
No,
but
no.
He definitely got the separation on that thing.
We're going to go back to the
Sadiq with
replay
the
here.
veteran move.
All right. So here we are. We're gonna call it here. He drops back. He's under a little pressure from the inside. Rose left. He gets the ball up in the air.
Yeah, see that extended arm?
Yes.
And then back to it?
Yep.
Not pushing, but having an extended
arm, right.
Yeah, I like that.
Right.
That veteran move. That's
Exactly.
15.
All right, here we go. First and goal.
10.
Oh, no, first and 10. They can still get a first down here.
And we got a counter play
Down
here
again
to
to Kev.
Kevin
Again,
Pear.
look at Kev.
Is down to the 10-yard line. That's where he's tackled there.
Yeah, good play. Good play by I think that was the defensive end there. I'm not sure. I can't tell. But it was a good play on his part.
Indeed. Now, on the show this week, from the Department of Repetition Department, right, we spoke about Green Wave offense not having a lot of long field drives.
Right.
Well, here, I stand corrected.
Yeah.
That's the cop.
Long drive. Like an absolute long drive. So now was the defense able to get a stand. Now the Green Wave offense drives the entire length of the field and are now within scoring distance to take a 2-score lead.
Right, and this is one of their better drives so far. Where, like you said, you don't have to. Here we go, a sweep with two
on the sweep. Gets to the edge.
Yeah, good run.
The difference. He's down to the 5-yard line.
Roll out.
Yeah.
Roll out. Good job.
It looks
Roll
like it's
out.
third and maybe half a yard now.
He's got him. Stop.
So yeah, tune on the jet sweep there. He cut it in quick enough where he was able to get upfield and get extra yards. So that's a great thing.
I know that. I know that.
So you got 3rd and 1 and no reason to do anything different.
Right.
Third and short.
I mean, unless you want to get ahead of yourself as a coach, you know what I'm saying, to try something crazy, but you don't have to. It's not broken when you shouldn't be fixing it here.
That much is true. Golden Lions are looking to see what.
Sideline warning. Your first official warning.
Okay.
Sideline warning for the
Green Wave. Okay.
They score here, they're going to get more than the sideline warning. I guarantee you that. Because the second score is big, big, big.
Nephew. Who you?
He's talking to somebody in the end zone.
Are you with the league?
Is that?
It's like, ask the coach and ask the.
It's Drewski.
All right, I got you.
Hey.
Once I confirm he's not with you, yes. Okay.
Yeah.
Is he with the league?
Drewski.
He can stay.
Drewski.
Hey. Yes. But he doesn't know that.
Free
he doesn't
Drewski.
know that.
Like a gentleman, he want to do that for what?
All right.
I want to bust his balls.
Yeah, Drewski.
So he's with the league. He's with Nestle.
Let him know.
Doing live
Indeed.
streaming from the field. I got you.
Yeah, Drewski.
He didn't know.
He didn't know.
All right. Hey.
He knows now. Stop messing with the media.
Yeah, there it is. Leave the media alone.
Leave the media guy alone.
Free the media. Free the media.
Oh, man. They get free Drewski in the comments.
Hey.
See, I got my homie shirt on
Nephew,
today, too.
stay with me. Hey, we winded.
Yes, quarterback is wearing 34. That's Chris Andrews. I believe it's laundry day. He ended up with a different jersey number today. Now, I kid. I believe they have like special championship jerseys. I don't think I've seen.
Whoever you guys are,
No, they're
y'all got it.
jerseys.
Yeah.
And now we're doing
Or behind the gate. Either way.
we're doing more crowd control now. It's man, look. I'm gonna be honest with you. This is our thing, right? This is minor league football. This is semi-pro, whatever you want to call it. It's like the rucker out here.
Yeah.
This is what we do.
Yes.
Come on, man. Just deal with it.
Yep.
Focus on reffing the game, man. Maybe that's just me. So now we got back to football. Nice throw on the turnaround. Quick throw by Chris Andrews.
Good defensive
Good
play.
defense, broken up. But yeah, so the culture of semi-pro football, sometimes you got guys on the field, sometimes you get a little bit extra razzle-dazzle when it comes to the language. It's really not that big of a deal. Come on.
Exactly.
And now we're going to stop the game for that.
Yeah, and you know, obviously he's doing his thing on the sideline recording. You know, as a referee, you just need to, you know, once again, yes, free Drewski.
Free Drewski.
Drewski's doing his thing.
Put it in the comments. Make sure you like and subscribe.
Yeah.
Follow us and all that.
All right. So here we got the Green Wave coming out, Dave. I think we're gonna run the ball here with the big man.
10 seconds on the play clock, and now we're going downhill. Oh,
Yep, there he is.
And there is good contact before going in, and now it is 12-0 Green Wave. And that is a huge statement.
Right. And here it is. This is the time to break that stigma of you're not being able to score on your second possession. This is where you want to do it. Here in the championship game, you want to be able to get that second score early, get up, sit down, and relax. Now all they need to do is control their emotions now. Don't let it get away from them because their emotions can get the best of them, start getting these stupid penalties, and stuff goes wrong, and you start giving the Golden Lions an opportunity to get back in this game.
That much is true indeed. So
Give me that.
Green Wave 12-0 up right now. They're going to go for the extra point. They're kicking it. I'm not sure where from, but it's football in there.
Yeah.
Oh, they got the kicking football out, and we'll see. But again, 2 scores.
Drop a point.
Definitely a big difference in the mentality, especially because.
Oh, there was a bad snap or something there.
He's looking to throw. He has a man.
Oh, incomplete.
So the score remains 12-0. Green Wave are up. Second quarter. Let's take a look at that Juggernaut with the touchdown.
He did.
34 and 33 in the backfield. Looks like something out of the 1930s, by the way.
Yeah.
They're like, what's the guy who played for the Redskins back in the Slinging Sammy Ball? Little Slinging Sammy Ball action.
Yeah.
Yeah, indeed.
Well, both of them. Yeah.
Howard's getting all fancy again.
Just hit the lead.
Hit play. We know where they're at.
9 black and 6 white.
Here we go.
They offset.
Just a straight dive play
And
right up the middle.
finishes the run at the end. What was that
on the offense, on the defense, offset.
All right, well, there was 2 penalties. We just heard the ref. There was 2 penalties, both penalties offset, and now we're going to get our kickoff. From the 20. I couldn't tell whether.
No, I think it was offsetting on that one.
Yeah.
Things like that.
So the extra point obviously was not good.
Yep.
And, so here we are. We're going to kick off again. Once again, Dave, Golden Lions need to get great field position here and get their offense going so that they can get on the board. Not sure how much time there is, but, in the second quarter, yeah, we just want to, we'll try to get a time check later if we can. But here's the Green Wave. Their defense is fired up.
Yeah, the whole team is fired up right now, and why wouldn't they be? It's championship day. You're up 2 scores. As an Eagles fan, I'm not sure if you know that I was an Eagles fan.
Yes, you are. I know that.
Yeah, yes. A few people understand I'm an Eagles fan, right? Go Birds. Looks like the Super Bowl, I was absolutely nervous watching the game until they went up 3 scores. 3 scores, you're like, oh. And that's what, upended right there, and Green Wave are playing fast and furious. That third score on this level of football is absolutely the death nail.
Deafening.
So the Golden Lions right now are trying to avoid the death nail.
And we just saw Shannon James with a good play there come up and make a good tackle. With still good field position. We'll be like on the 37-yard line. It's been average. They've been pretty much around there is where they're starting, for the Golden Lions.
Well, down 12-0 against a team like this, you end up, and the only good field position at this point is in the end zone. So
If the Golden Lions can make it in there.
Indeed.
Defense set. Offense ready.
Make sure we get a free Drewski in the comments. Free Drewski. He got accosted on the sidelines by a referee.
Timeout. Defense.
Okay. Green Wave.
And we're going to take a break with the Green Wave up 12-0 Big East Championship. Big East football, David Patterson here. I just checked in, made sure my guy Drewski's all right. He said that he's made parole or probation or bail or whatever that, and we're ready to play football again. Green Wave defense on the field, trying to close the door on this thing. Golden Lions need something right now, and let's see if Larry Garcia can deliver. He starts out handing the ball off to the Dr. Goubert, and the Green Wave defense is swarming. Number 8 and number 77 on that one.
Yeah.
Sergio Mencia, number 77. That's Damian Watts. Damian Watts is a former Bronx Buccaneer guy. Shout out my Pioneer Football League guys. Really good dude, too. Just these guys are playing fast and furious right now, going downhill in a hurry. And we know that this defense is a great defense. And I've been saying it all year. Playing with a 2-score lead, problem.
Yes. And you saw here, you would think that the Golden Lions were the Green Wave was just gonna sit back and just let their line do their work, but they blitzed the linebacker, and he came up with a sack there, or tackle for loss at least.
Indeed. This would be the time. It's usually tune time right here, so make sure you look on the slot closest to me, near side.
Balls away.
He's on Christian Ramsey. Quick pass over to Duze. Quick tackle on the play, Sadiq Nathaniel. And Sadiq lets everybody on the Golden Lions.
Is that Sadiq? No, actually, it looks like Earl. Earl James was on that, number 7.
Oh, no, Errol was more downhill. The one that made the tackle, I believe, was Sadiq.
Okay.
I could be wrong. I'm not wrong often, but I could be wrong. Mm-hmm. But that also brings up a good point. Sadiq and Errol on the same side, and Ka is over top.
Yep.
That is the triangle of death right there. That's tough. That's a tough go at it.
Yep, that is correct.
And then if you go to the opposite side, you got Toon floating around, so you might have to go back here. And again, you got Trips on this side, single receiver on the triangle of death side. Let's see what Larry decides to do. He's back to pass. He's looking telegraphed. And then it's going to
Shannon read that.
Pick 6 to Shannon James. Touchdown, Green Wave.
Wow.
Green Wave defense has been doing it all year long. And we haven't even said Noble's name yet. Their MVP from the course of the year. But literally, their defense is stepping up across the board. Oh, my goodness. And that right there might have been the backbreaker.
Yeah, that would seem to be it. I mean, there's still time left in this game, so but we can say that right at this point right now, Green Wave is feeling good.
Coach.
They're going to be able to play a little easier football than what they're used to, right? I mean,
you can be politically correct if you want. At this point, the wheels are coming off, and
Yeah.
I'm going to be the one to say it. Now, it's time for a timeout. They're probably praying for lightning right now. Maybe get a 30-minute delay to kind of like regroup on this thing. But ultimately, again, in semi-pro football, that third touchdown is usually the nail in the coffin, and Shannon James delivered on it.
he delivered.
Yeah, and by the way, we had been saying something of he would be the mismatch.
Right.
And he comes out with the belt and starts
Yeah.
an
Again,
extra point is blocked.
no good on the extra point.
But it is 18-0. Now, what you're going to see here, before
We have a couple of flags on the play.
and I'm sure it's the most sportsmanlike of penalties. Oh. Somebody has 12 on the field. You can't.
I got a flag.
What 12?
Oh. Then we have a dead ball. We have unsportsmanlike on number 80 for slamming his helmet. So we got to replay the down.
Okay, so.
All right.
Well, no, he's good.
We got illegal participation on the defense. 12-minute formation. We got an unsportsmanlike conduct on the offense. Number 80. We're going to retry the point.
Okay, so. That's interesting.
No. Only in high school. No.
So he's about to explain it. I think he has part of that wrong, but long story short is it took 12 Golden Lions players to defend.
To block the extra point.
Successfully.
Yeah.
To their credit, but you can't do it with 12. And then a personal foul at number 80. How that sorts itself out, it looks like they're probably going to. But personal fouls don't get offset. I know that for a fact. But one way or another, we're going to go with what the official does. Keep in mind, these officials usually do youth games, so they often mistake the youth rules for the NFL rules.
Right, we have unsportsmanlike John on number 80 of the offense. Too many men on defense. Retry.
Yeah, see, he's thinking that the offset and personal fouls. Yeah, no.
So we're not going for an extra point now. We're going to go for a 2-point conversion here by the Green Wave. So that I think this is the better thing to do for them.
For the yard and a half? Well, they got plenty of practice doing it.
Kevin
and kicked outside. He did not get it.
Didn't make it.
Well, that's been literally the only time they've been unsuccessful today.
Right. I mean,
it's on conversions. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, Shannon James on the near side. What you're going to see really quickly is Larry Garcia stares this thing down. He's going to the outside. He's looking for the curl to sit up, and you're going to see Shannon James just jump this thing. He's going to jump it as Larry delivers the football. Look at this jump. Let me know where you're going to play it. So here he is. Larry's looking over there pre-snap.
Oh, yeah. Yes,
and now he's staring it down the whole entire time.
Yeah, he just the
whole entire time.
And once again, Shannon James, stepping up right here. He's one of those matchups that you would have thought that they would have taken advantage of, but he came through big here for the Green Wave, and this game is getting it's getting a little out of hand. Once again, extra points are big here. They should be able to convert something. So we got to kick off again.
And this is something that we've seen plenty of times today, a kickoff from the Green Wave. And this is number 18 getting to the outside, and it's just short of the 30-yard line.
Right. And this is probably, even though it's not bad, it's probably their worst starting position right now.
At the worst possible time.
Yeah, at the worst possible time. Here's where you needed, one big play, you try to get another big play out of it, but we'll see what the Green Wave does defensively here now, if they do anything differently or they just stay the way they are.
Indeed. So,
defense set.
Hey, just got
yeah.
Teams that get a pick six usually win the game. Absolutely.
I'm not sure what the ref is trying to say to me over here.
He's pointing to his watch. Oh, yeah. He's talking to the wrong one. Who knows? Anyway.
Yeah, all right.
Well, what I do know is that the Golden Lions are coming out now down 18-0, and they need to do something right now, and it starts with replacing the quarterback.
Good defense by number 21.
The Docteur throws a nice ball down the sideline, and it's broken up by Toon. Pass intended for Ramsey.
Yeah, Toon on the play there, with a good breakup.
By the way, that was a good pass.
Right.
That was great defense.
Right. Once again. By who? Number 21.
Number 21. I might try to influence the voting and log on from different groups and stuff.
You can use my phone too to log on there. Definitely, but do you think switching the quarterbacks here is going to make a difference?
You got to spark something, and the man already has 2 interceptions in the big game. So,
yeah. All right.
See if the body language picks up at least. Docteur back to throw.
Let him go.
He has Kadeem Wilson getting to the sideline, and that's going to be tough. And again, more jaw jacking on the sideline.
Yep. I mean, but so the quarterback now for the Golden Lions is
the Docteur.
The Docteur, right?
Yes,
so now you put him there. You lose him as a weapon, also as a receiver.
If you have a heart attack, who do you call?
Yeah, you call the Docteur.
You call the Docteur.
Right. So,
yeah, I'm not saying the patient's dead, but
I'm just Dave. We wait till we see the comments for that one. That's going to be a good one, but yeah, I mean, good pass, good defense. 3rd and short, not a bad situation for them here.
Yeah. If the Green Wave make another play here, you're going to hear a flat line beep out of it.
Yeah.
Well, you shall see. The Docteur goes to work. He's going to try to get this himself. He has blocking. Smart play.
First down.
Okay. Now, let's deal with long shots for a second because Howard's asking us to be sports about this.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, you're getting down toward the end of the quarter, end of the half. Sheesh.
Mm-hmm.
This is going to be tough, right? You need 8.
Right. You need 8 here, yeah.
Right? And then when you turn around, you get the ball in the second half, and then you could get within striking distance, in theory. But the reason why I'm not really bringing that up is because if you look at the body language of this Golden Lions team, they look like their kitty ran away and went up a tree and such, man. It really looks bad.
There's plenty of trees for that cat to hide in, but
indeed.
The Docteur here calling his own number before. Oh, wow.
Man. So you don't see that every day.
No.
The tackle looked like he was going in motion.
Full start.
Unfortunately, he can't go in motion.
Right. Yeah, we don't have a motion play for the tackle here. That's legal anyway.
Yeah. It did look, by the way, that was good footwork by number 77. He definitely did look athletic pulling across the formation. He just did it a tad bit too early.
Yeah.
See, Howard's got the new toys today. Don't know how to act, putting an arrow right in the middle of the
screen for the clock.
That's awesome. It's very awesome.
Yeah.
I'm just going to ask Howard later on why he chose pink as opposed to anything else in the database. I don't need
all right.
One of those things. Greenwood, no. Docteur back to work. Let's see what he's got. He's got a man
over the middle.
What a throw, and he has Kadeem Wilson. And boy, that is a heck of a throw. Heck of a catch. And you see the body language of the Golden Lions starting to pick up. Is it too little, too late? We shall see. But whatever they do, they better make their move quickly. But
I mean, you know something that changing quarterbacks is the spark. It seems like at the moment. But you knew football was going to happen. You knew that the Golden Lions were going to complete passes and start moving the ball at some point. That they need to do it now. They need to do it now and get in the end zone quickly.
So you're saying, boop.
Yeah.
Boop.
Yes.
Boop. Boop.
Boop. The meter went up just a hair there.
Here we go.
The Green Wave went into cover 2 now.
Yep. We should see another throw. He's got a ooh. Yeah, Duze. Great coverage on that by Sadiq, by the way, right in the hip pocket, textbook, what you're supposed to do.
A little early.
Right.
He saw you. He stepped over you.
I mean, you know, there was good coverage there. You know, like I said, the Green Wave were in a 2,
He just can't.
and they didn't get much pressure on that last
You don't never have to look
drive there. But it's nevertheless a 2nd and 10.
It looks like they're trying to make adjustments to this new quarterback being in.
Right.
All right.
Because he did get a good run on them.
Second down and 10.
So it looks like they don't want to get upfield too much to allow him a rushing lane and allow him to get upfield because once he starts running, he can run with the ball.
Right. There's a
15.
long huddle for the Golden Lions.
Yeah.
15 seconds, though, on the play clock.
I mean, you know, they're huddling up still. There's no sense of urgency here.
Well, we'll get to that in a second. Let me see this play real quick. Doctor back to throw. He's better served. Dumping it off. Finds a man. He has Duzé. Great block.
Oh, he tries to
tries to hurdle a man on the sideline. Hell of a block on the sideline. And by the way, it looked.
Set the ball. Get the ball now.
It was very close to being a peel back or a crackback block, but it looked like he extended his hands good enough to get away with it.
Right.
But, again, boop, boop, boop,
Right.
boop, boop.
Yeah,
All right.
so it's beeping a little more, beeping a little faster. But what I saw there was my defensive end on the backside was in coverage, dropped back, had no pressure. So we can't afford to start, you know, doing things differently. Your front four is your front four. Let them go. Don't hold them back. You got an 18-point lead.
Right, indeed. And there's
And there goes a nice play by Enrique.
So we'll see if it's offside. Oh, 77 is like 10 yards downfield. I don't even know how he got there.
Yeah.
But we'll check in to see what the
thing was Watts. Good
On
play.
the defense, number 2, 5 yards, replay the down.
Okay.
Encroachment.
Now, here's the reason why the clock right now does not matter. You're not going to get 2 scores before the half. We know this, okay? The Green Wave offense has been pretty much unstoppable. You still have Errol, who's a vertical threat to score quick. So you need to get in. Don't get me wrong.
Right.
But you don't need to
leave any time on the clock for the Green Wave to be able to.
I wouldn't be reckless trying to milk the clock, but at the same time, the clock is not overly an issue for me. Let's see what
Let's have one timeout.
No, it's letting everybody know how many timeouts people got. New England has 2. Okay, gotcha.
Minute warning. You guys have 2.
So we're at the 2-minute warning right now. So even at the 2:24 on the clock, but it's really a 2-minute warning.
Yep.
So we'll fix that up, no problem. But again,
nephew, come on.
From
it's a break, not a timeout.
From a tactical standpoint,
hurry up.
the official, the official, everybody is that official's nephew.
Set.
It would seem to be, right?
Defense set. Offense ready.
All right, so we have the ready for play whistle going, and again 2:05 officially on the clock. Yep. So it's first, and no, it's supposed to be 1st and 5. It's not 1st and goal. It's 1st and 5 from the 8-yard line. So tactically speaking, there's a lot you could do here, especially getting a first down without getting a touchdown.
Oh,
and we have a
good
run
run.
up the
And he's
great run
in
up
the
the
end
middle.
zone.
He's in the end zone for a touchdown.
Yeah.
Okay, so the Golden Lions get on the board. So
number 18.
The toughest points to get is the first one.
Right.
And they got their first points of the game.
Yeah. They switched it up. With a little bit of Wildcat, and number 18 is Franklin there on a good run.
Boop, 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 boop.
Yeah. There it is. It's
we got some life here. Now, first game, conversions were an issue. Did they fix that?
Let's see. Yeah, you're right. Because the Green Wave haven't fixed it yet either.
Right.
So, I mean, they did convert a couple of times in that first game. They haven't this game yet.
At the end of the game.
Right.
Can we just, maybe it's the heart condition, can we just get them now as opposed to do the run around and then the Hail Marys at the last second like we did in the first game? Although that was great theater, by the way.
Yes.
So let's see what the doctor dials up for the conversion, and you might as well take a timeout to get it right.
It was on the 3? 3, I'm sorry. It's on the 3. Okay, I'm sorry. All right, let's go.
So they were trying to figure out where to spot the ball.
Proper point, untimed down.
Yeah, close enough. And let's see if the Docteur. Oh,
Balls away.
You got a guy open.
got a guy.
Yeah.
Touchdown. It's Tuesday.
Yep, there it is. Tuesday on the extra point conversion.
That's big.
Yeah.
The deficit is now 10. You just got to make sure that you go into the half at 10.
5-3.
Dare I even say it? We have the ensuing kickoff. You know what the ensuing kickoff is, right?
Yeah.
Big.
Whenever you hear the words ensuing
saw
kickoff, it
that
means that
shit.
something
What
crazy
the-
happened as you had momentum. The ensuing kickoff, you gave the momentum right back. I don't want to be doom and gloom today. I really don't, but I'm just calling it like I see it on this thing.
Yeah.
You got to kick this ball out of bounds.
Yeah, you got to kick it out of bounds.
Let's see this touchdown real quick.
you eating
Goal
over
line's
there?
getting on the board.
Where the food at?
Docteur Gobert.
No, it was number
sorry.
18
It
on
was
the carry.
18.
The food be out.
Sayed Franklin with the touchdown. However, the Docteur at quarterback
that's right.
drives them the length of the
gotta
field
keep it on the
from
low,
their worst
under the
starting
table.
position of the day, 29-yard line.
29-yard line, exactly.
Drives the length of the field. Big throw to Kadeem Wilson. Big conversions.
All right, let's get him
and
out.
now
Let's get him out.
we have a bit, possibly a game.
Yeah. I mean, we let's see what the second half brings us. I mean, we still got some time to hear.
Ensuing kickoff.
Ensuing kickoff.
Let's see what they do. The ensuing kickoff. Now, where is Toon? Dare I ask? Toon is back to the left, and Errol's back to the right. That is not a line that I want to mess with. I'm not kicking to 21. I'm not kicking it to 7. And then you have not much better in the second line with Kai.
All right.
Here it comes. Shannon James, who already has one touchdown. He picks up the ball. He reverses field, and now he's tackled at the 35-yard line. So, for at least now, crisis averted.
Right.
But that ball was about to squirm to Errol James, and we know what he's capable of doing.
Yeah, definitely. If Shannon would have let the ball roll and just picked up a block, that might have been could have been something else for the Green Wave there. But what do you think here? You think we're gonna go for it here? We gonna go to the end zone here, or are we gonna take our
That's
time?
a good question. Benching Larry was a good move. Apparently it was. Yes, I agree with that.
Yeah.
So are you aggressive here?
Right.
It's championship.
Right.
Do what you've been doing all year. Yeah.
Well, all year they haven't been scoring on their second and third possession, so they've already scored on the second possession.
See, okay, gotcha. So running the football here with Kevin Pear.
A lot of pressure by that defensive line.
All right. So they got a little bit of confidence.
Yeah.
A Jew would desist come inside the park.
All right, we shall see.
But the clock ain't running, so but we are just here, just waiting to see.
So they go hurry up after running the ball.
No.
Okay, so maybe they're thinking that Kevin can pop one here. You got an offensive line that could do it. Let's see it. They're back to pass on this
Balls
one.
away.
Throws it to outside. And
There's a flag on the
dropped
play.
that one.
Now.
We'll see what the laundry is.
It's going to be on the Green Wave, I believe.
It was false start. It should have been a dead ball.
So is it ineligible man or false start?
It can't be a false start.
Ineligible man. 24 was covered. He went downfield. You covered 24. We got an ineligible man downfield on the offense. Defensive captain.
Decision time here.
Yeah.
Ineligible man downfield. You could take the penalty and replay second down.
What's the
or we can
penalty?
decline. Okay, your coach wants to decline it. We got an ineligible man downfield on the offense, number 24. That penalty will be declined, third down.
So now what you end up having
Ineligible
is,
man
when you
downfield, offense decline.
When you ask a team captain if they wanted to decline or accept the penalty, some coaches just don't want to even go through that, and they'll just yell from the sideline. I did the same thing as coach, by the way.
And I was able to hear the referee yell out that there's 101 on the clock. So
one on the clock. There you go. Very nice.
On the snap of the ball, let's see. I mean,
it was a formation issue. You had two guys that were on the line of scrimmage on the far side. It looks like the slots lined up off sides, but it could be. Okay. Back to throw. He's looking. He has a man. But more to the middle of the field.
Right.
Off target on the throw.
I mean, it looked like Earl was doing straight fly right up the sideline, and he threw the ball more inside. So I don't know what that was. It's fourth down here.
Yeah. He did throw the ball toward the middle of the field, and again, they have had that success, as I've been saying, on the outside, on the side, toward the sideline, and now we have a critical punting situation.
Nephew, put your helmet on.
So
Nephew, put your helmet on.
So now we have 4th down, and the Green Wave is going to punt. So, let's see what happens here. We saw what happened the last time Molly came out to punt. Is that who? Am I right? He's the one who's punting right now, right? So,
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know.
Count them up, make sure. I think they might have one too many. If they have a timeout, it wouldn't be.
It would be. You could have called it to set it up.
Good snap.
Balls away.
Good punt.
Good punt. No return. And it's rolling backwards.
Yeah, good roll. And here, the best starting field position for the Golden Lions right now, they're on like the 40, 47, 40 something, 40.
Indeed.
So, not bad. Do they have it in them?
Time, Jua. 47 seconds.
47 seconds.
All right.
Timeout.
So you guys. Now here's the thing, though. You've had a pick six.
Right.
You've thrown an interception. But
Right.
you got the doctor in there.
Right.
Jack has 2 white.
So,
Buckle your seatbelts.
buckle your seatbelts. I mean, it's.
Well, the doctor found the openings in the secondary last drive where
Right.
they went 71 yards. So now in order to close the margin even more,
Right. But once again,
you got 53 yards.
let's see if he just lets his defensive front. He got a blitz coming from the backside. Holy cow! Big hit by Earl James on that.
Like he threw the ball. He definitely threw the ball.
White ball.
Oh, they call it a fumble.
Wow.
We got to see that because we said that he might have tried to pass the ball before he got hit, but
you see that big
let's take a
bag
quick
boy?
peek there.
Ooh.
You saw that beanbag, boy?
Putting pressure on the man on the controls here, the man, the myth, Mr. Howard.
Yeah.
Jua.
Once again, the blitz comes from the backside. James is coming around.
1 timeout.
Here it is.
Oh, no.
Now wait. Hold on. Oh, okay, got it.
He got it.
He got it. Who was that? That was Errol James?
Yeah, Errol James on
Errol
the backside.
James.
On the backside
Right.
blitz.
It looked like he had thrown it. No, Errol had his arms.
Yeah.
Offense ready.
Yeah, no. Yeah, so and here it is, now back to offense for the Green Wave. There's got to be at least 30 seconds or so because we heard there was 40 something before. Do you go in the end zone here, Dave?
Well,
15.
yeah, I mean, but that's a good question. Your running game has been your strength, but they're going to throw it here. There you go.
Right.
Nice throw.
Yeah, number 1 on the catch.
Hustle up. Get it.
Nathaniel with a good catch.
Timeout. Offense.
Okay.
That's their last
Chris
chance.
Andrews with a good throw, by the way.
Offense. Last shot. Timeout.
And after this break, we'll go over this scenario because they do have a kicker. So let's see how
White
close
is
they
out.
can get. And we're back here.
Defense
Big
set.
championship game.
Offense
New
ready.
York Green Wave versus the New England
Junior,
Golden
make sure you
Lions.
get your ass back there.
You see the score, 18-8. The officials making sure that his guys cover every square yard of this field and making sure that we have this. And looks like there will be a Somebody moved early.
Number 52, the left tackle. False start. Offense.
Ooh.
Number 52, 5 yards. Replay first down.
Yep.
False start.
On
Offense. 5 yards. Replay first down.
Here we go.
Now you lost some yards. We still trying to push this ball downfield? Or are we just going to try to let this clock run out with about maybe 20-something seconds left in the game?
Well, with this position, you can go for it. I like being up two being up 2 scores. But again, I'm more conservative than most people in general, especially if my run game is the
Ball's away.
Oh, vertical ball.
Oh, there's a flag on the play.
Flag on the play.
No. I don't know. Earl reached out with his arm, so.
And everybody's moving.
I don't hear you.
And everybody's moving down there like they.
All right, so that's going to come back. That's going to come back from here, not from the spot. It's not a holding. It's not a spot foul. It's going to be 10 yards from here, replay. It's got holding on the defense. We got holding on the defense, 5 yards.
5 yards.
Right. Is it from the spot? All right, so the holding is down there.
No.
It's from the previous spot, all right? So we got holding on the defense. It's a holding, not a pass interference.
NFL rules.
I understand that.
The ball was in the air. Ask him.
He called holding.
No, but I asked him if the ball was in the air. He said yes. That's a pass.
Holding number 3. John, so we go 5 yards from the previous spot. Right. Hey, back it up. Let's go.
All right.
No,
So
walk it off.
it would be a smart play if you pull
They did. It was 50.
in order to not get burned, especially by Errol James.
Right.
Yards is from
No, definitely.
What the coach is asking, and you got the answer, which is was the ball in the air. So if the ball was already thrown,
Holding on the defense,
and then the hold occurs while the ball is in the air, that is a pass interference.
Right.
And it is a spot foul. So that's what the
So it was prior to the ball being in the air, so he realized, hey, I'm getting beat here. Let me grab him and slow him down so that he doesn't get a feeling, more separation.
Yeah, indeed. And you can check on the replay whatever that is. We're not going to go to replay on that one, but make sure
it was first and 15.
Let us know.
They had a false start. Now it's 1st and 10. I got it, please.
And we're back to 1st and 10, and they've lost a little bit of the clock. I think it's probably within 20 seconds or so. We shall see. And oh, wow, there's a lot of contact up the field. And Chris Andrews shakes and gets down to the 20-yard line. Heck of a run.
Get it. Put it down. Get it down. Get it down.
Wonder what the clock is. Make sure everybody's set. And he clocks it.
Let's see how much time.
Ooh. A lot of stuff going on right now.
All right. 1 second.
One second.
1 second.
They just got it off. Wow.
Got the whole lot. Jua and Junior. Go back. It's 1 second.
Wow.
Y'all split it in half back.
1 second on the clock. He's probably going to incriminate himself. That's why he cut his. He's about to incriminate himself. It's like 1 second, right? Ain't never 1 second on the dot. So let's see what the Green Wave do. And dare I say, we thought this was going to be a snoozer.
A
runaway. And now we have a little bit of drama right before the half to see if the Green Wave can, punch back on the Golden Lions after giving up a score.
Yeah.
Chris Andrews in the shotgun. This is the last play. 1 second left.
Left side.
It.
Jump.
Oh,
who is it that comes
that's
down
Errol
with
James.
Errol James.
With the loss. Oh,
man, with the head tap there. Wow.
Holy smokes.
So, Dave.
Yeah.
They've scored twice.
Yeah.
3 times.
Yeah.
First half. Green Wave.
Yeah.
4. When you want to change things up and change the norm, this is the best time to do it.
Indeed. They have had the balance of running and passing.
Yeah.
They have out of their 4 possessions.
Got it.
Touchdowns on 3 of them.
Yes, sir.
right?
Stop talking.
Touchdowns on 3 out of 4 possessions. We've had this
got a
game
dead ball.
feels like it's going a little quick.
That ball, unsportsmanlike, on number 30, 15 yards. Coach,
Yep.
you want it now?
Yeah, you definitely want it.
Yes. All right.
So there's more debate. No, okay, gotcha.
It's louder.
So it's
Yeah.
it seems to be a bit of tradition on touchdowns that there is a. the good news is
Drop a point.
there's that many touchdowns where we're noticing a pattern of personal
Yes.
fouls. After.
Personal fouls right after the touchdown.
It's been different numbers. It hasn't been everyone.
Right. So everyone's taking a little bit of time to make it their business to get noticed here.
Ball's away.
Ball's away. This looks like it. Oh, no. Just short. All right.
And that brings us to the half.
Halftime.
Big East Championship game. Our score is standing at 24-8. Green Wave with a huge score right before the half.
Yes.
Golly, that's a backbreaker. Funny enough, like we talked about the backbreaker of Shannon James interception return for a touchdown, but after boop, 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 a little bit of life.
We're
Now
gonna watch the replay here,
Green
but
Wave's going for the flat line on this one. And 1 second left. You gotta knock the ball down. Oh, this is a big run that's set up.
yeah, they're set up. Yeah.
Chris Andrews gets into position.
Yeah.
And then they come up, spike the ball. And when after they spike the ball, that's when 1 second left.
And then they were able to score a touchdown.
Errol James, who just jumped over everybody.
Really quick to touch on what you said about, the time that was left when the Golden Lions had the ball going downfield to score. They didn't want to rush it to get in the end zone to give the Green Wave any more time, and apparently they did.
Not only did they had time for one of their possessions and a Green Wave possession.
Yeah.
So I said that 2 possessions ago.
Yep.
Absolutely amazing.
Great first half.
Indeed. So now at halftime, we're going to send this to a commercial break and say thank you to all our sponsors. Again, HSG Network. Make sure you hit the like and subscribe button and follow us all during the course of the year for a variety of action. HSG Network.
It started from the kitchen on Palm and Holcomb. Now we getting bigger, you count us out, when you should have counted us twice. We will have a full array of food all game long for your hungry souls. Mama Main's Kitchen is all about providing quality Jamaican/Caribbean tasting food at a great price. This may be the best jerk barbecue you have ever had.
You ain't missing 10 out of 10, man.
Hey, and we're back. Big East Championship game. David Patterson here with Joey Pagan. Joey, and of course Howard Gaber.
Let's go, guys. Let's go.
Joey, what have you seen so far today? What we got?
So far, the Green Wave's offense has come to play football today.
She can come in. She doesn't
we heard all the talk this early weekend where they only score on their first possession and they don't score again to the third quarter. Well, they put 24 points up in the first half, and they're on fire. The defense is playing well also. Gave up one score, but, once again, this is football. Things are going to happen. You expected that. The Golden Lions are not just going to roll over just because. So, that we have a game.
Indeed. Here's the thing. 24-8, how big was that last score? 1 second left. You went from a 10-point deficit to now.
Huge.
Stay in the middle, Joe.
As a defensive coach, you definitely don't want to give that up with 1 second left. That's the last thing you want. And the Green Wave get possession, so.
Goal Lions kicking off. Nice kick. And it gets to Toon at the 15-yard line. It gets up to the 30. And tackled at like the 31-yard line or so. And that's where the Green Wave will start their first possession of the second half. So what's the good news for the Golden Lions right now?
They got a whole half. That's right. They got a whole half of football. They know that they can score. They just got to come up with some defensive stops here. They need a 3 and out and so that they can get their offense back on the field so that they can try to score some points here.
Ready.
So, I was at the Super Bowl where Tom Brady made the comeback against the Falcons, and it's kind of like you're sitting there doing the math, like how many 8s do we need? Because you got to start counting by 8.
Correct.
So the good news for the Golden Lions is if we're counting by 8s, they're only 2 scores down.
Correct.
Bad news is Green Wave have the ball
to start,
and they have not been able to get a good stop.
And they got
Kevin Pear. 2 yards on the gain.
Yeah.
So the bad news is Green Wave offense has done quite a job here.
They have done quite a job. I mean, they prepared well. They were ready, and once again, they are executing so well here. That to the point where they're not having issues with this defense from the Golden Lions. I said what they had earlier in that first matchup. So, and once again, not turning the ball over is a big deal right here. I don't think they have a turnover in the first half.
Indeed, they've been protecting the ball. It's been Chris Andrews, number 34. Looks like he's slinging Sammy Ball out there with the 30s number at quarterback. He's going to throw this one. A little bit low. Cobb picks up the short gain. It's like a yard or so.
Yeah, it's not.
Number 6.
Yeah, number 6. He good catch. On that, still just third down and maybe 7. So,
Colin Miller's a bit of a Mr. Everything. He's played quarterback this year. He's actually, I think, started a game at quarterback this year.
Your thing
and
right?
Does his thing on defense and offense, which seems to be a theme with the Green Wave with those DBs that could also play wide receiver.
Yeah. So.
15.
Yeah. All right. That once again, let's. Green Wave comes out on offense here.
Yeah.
There's a quick screen.
Good throw over to Sadiq Nathaniel. He breaks the tackle. He has the sideline. Or is that Errol James?
That's Errol James.
Another tackle. And Errol James. Wow. And the most. It's a touchdown. It is.
Wow.
My goodness. It was just a quick screen. It looked like the Golden Lions had it covered up, and then Errol James just does what Errol James does. Broke a couple tackles, tightrope the sideline, and then 60 yards later, he's in the end zone. So the bad news for the Golden Lions is it just got a little bit worse.
Just a little bit, Dave. That's being really nice. One possession, one play, one score. That's absolutely nuts right here. That Earl James is having himself a major game right now.
Where you go?
With that 1 second prior to half, get a head tap there, and now that was what for how many yards?
That was 60 plus yards.
60 plus yards on that screenplay. Like wow. So, here we go,
11.
It's
You know,
officially 66 yards.
and he had, it looked like they had him in the backfield there, and he was gone.
Yeah, he just has a motor on him.
Yeah.
It just goes downhill pretty quickly.
Yeah.
And it was funny because like I was just waiting for the Golden Lions to just secure the tackle and get to the next down. They weren't able to. 2-point conversion on this, which has been literally the only thing that the Green Wave has not been able to do today. Let's see. Chris Andrews back to pass. He's looking. Flushed out to the left. He throws. He has a man. And he has a
completed
2-point conversion. That's Toon, isn't it? It definitely is. Toon
definitely
for the 2-point conversion.
Yeah.
Now, 32-8. And as we were talking about counting by eights, the Green Wave put up another 8 spot on them. And now it's desperate times and desperate measures as the Golden Lions get their first possession down by 24.
Yeah. Here,
Check the replay out on this one. It is the far side of the field. Again, very calm.
Yeah.
We didn't even have an opportunity really to track what was going on this one.
Never seen
Very
how this
quick
flat-
throw over to the edge. As we can see here, we get play on this thing.
Never seen this flat.
Howard with his toys again.
Y'all are way better than what y'all playing.
Quick throw. Boom.
Hey, he caught that ball on the 30-yard line. 29.
Yep. Good block on the edge. And 23.
And one missed tackle there. Wow.
Toon, good job
With the
Toon,
block.
with the block downfield.
With the non-block, all he did was sit in front because he could have churned and did something crazy, and it would have, it would have had a
football
block. in the back.
IQ,
Yeah,
indeed.
very big.
Indeed. I'm not just saying that. Maybe I'm just saying that. But I'm not just saying that because I had Toon for MVP. But Toon, he plays very smart football.
You know what?
I love that as a coach.
You know what? Let's see what this punt does here first. Short kick.
Kickoff gets to the Golden Lions 30-yard line, and not much after that. Bullish gets to the 38-yard line.
Okay.
And that's where the Golden Lions will get the ball down 24. And I said the magic number for the Green Wave to get to is 26, and they just surpassed that. Once they get past 26, the Golden Lions are going to have a hard time keeping track. And again, Green Wave offense only one touchdown to their credit.
Mm-hmm.
If we're really, Errol's definitely the MVP so far. If we're looking at this thing, Green Wave offense responsible for 26 points.
Right.
Green Wave defense responsible for 6.
Yeah.
And then New England Golden Lions 8. So like the competition is really between the Green Wave defense and the Lions offense.
At this point, yeah. And I went down and I spoke to some of the defensive players, and they just want to, defensive line wants to go. They don't want to have to be dropping back, but he looks like he's bringing pressure here too. Good job by the defense. Good job.
Little option play and quarterback keeper picks up a couple, not much. Jose Bieto on the tackle, number 58. He was the one that had the game-winning return in overtime. First matchup between these two teams.
So we'll see. I mean, the Golden Lions need here something big again, right?
They need everything.
Yeah, I'm just trying to. I mean, we don't hear the beeping too much.
No, we're
really low.
Beep.
Yeah, it's really low. There it is. I hear it now. Beep. I heard it.
Yeah.
Drops back to pass.
Balls away.
Oh, a little too low.
Yeah. So it looks like they're still trying to stay patient, getting in an opportunity to.
You are very athletic. Olympic.
We hear a pep talk by the official going towards somebody. 82 was one of their main targets for the Golden Lions. As you just covered up the sheet right there. Boom. 82 on the Golden Lions is Mike Smith.
Oh, okay, yeah. He
You try to get fancy.
Yeah. But it was a bad pass, though. I mean, we've seen him throw some really good balls. Now all of a sudden he's throwing the bad passes. So
yeah, but at the same time, Larry Garcia was not able to move a pocket like Doc Tech can, which puts him in a better opportunity to make.
Got encroachment. On the defense, number 99, unabated to the quarterback. 5 yards. Replay third down.
And there you go.
All right, so now it makes it third and 5.
Okay.
So you want to say a manageable third down? Yeah, I guess. But showing what the Golden Lions have been doing, it's been kind of tough. So we need to see. Good guys, all the Green Wave's abusing power right now. Yeah, Juan, you got that right.
Ooh,
yeah.
The sheriff was shooting on that.
There we go. A lot of pressure again.
A lot of pressure on that one.
And who was that on the pressure?
Tyreek Noble.
Mr. Noble started.
We said his name.
Yeah.
But again, here's the funny thing. I also said this is the Department of Repetition Department. Also said this on the show on Thursday. Don't be surprised, similar to that 1985 Super Bowl. You know I'm a history guy, right?
Right.
The 85 Super Bowl, Walter Payton was the stud,
right?
Of course, the season. But the Super Bowl used him more as a decoy.
Mm-hmm.
He garnered most of the attention, and then the Bears ended up winning in a blowout, 46-10, right?
Right.
So I liken it to this, where I know they've marked up Noble. Noble has not, his name has not been called. He's putting in work. I'm not going to say he's had a bad game.
Yes.
He's putting in work, but because of the attention that they're giving to him,
right,
you have all these other things that have occurred.
Yeah, once again, your linebackers are flowing to the ball a lot better this game, too, and making plays simply because they have to focus on him.
Yep, and Noble's one of those players that doesn't mind having a quiet game if it's taken off. Interception. And that one is, there it is. There you go.
Number 6,
and
he's still on his feet.
Breaks a couple times.
He tries to pitch the ball.
And we have a free ball. It looks like, I think the Green Wave actually recovered it. Golden Lions think they got it. It looked like the Green Wave fell on it. And there's a little bit of a scrum, and, of course, there's laundry afterwards.
Yeah.
Yep.
We've already decided. White's ball.
They've already decided that is white ball. There you go.
That's on you.
He's saying get off him.
You can't pick. My guys do that. You can't do that.
Yeah. So the assisting of pulling people off of a pile is not something that you could do, and that will be a penalty. However, Green Wave retained possession off of the turnover, and turnovers. And,
the key for the Golden Lions today was to play mistake football, and mistake-free football. And
they've been absolutely playing mistake football.
Yeah, they've been playing mistake football, mistake-free. But, once again, it hasn't turned out to be that way yet. And it's really hurting them right now, really bad, where now the Green Wave have the ball again, and they have not been able to stop them offensively. I mean, so what are you gonna do defensively? How do you rev up this defense now to be able to stop this offense? This offense is firing on all cylinders.
Yeah, that's gonna be tough. And watch them go back to Errol.
Yeah, I would think so. I mean, it started out with running with Kevin, and the other big back. They were gaining their yards, doing well. And now the passing game has just been unreal. I mean, we did highlight the offensive line early, in pregame.
Indeed, Juan Colon is checked into the game. We don't see Errol in the game. We have Juggernaut in the backfield. Looks like they're going to go with a tight end.
Ooh, and that's how you stop that guy. You get quick penetration defensively, and you wrap his legs up, and that's it. Good tackle by number 50 on the Golden Lions there.
It does credit with a big
Brian Bellamy on the tackle.
Yeah, with a big change of momentum for the Golden Lions to, actually pull it together and do something on that first play was definitely commendable. But their work is definitely ahead of them.
They got a lot of work to do.
Yeah. Boop.
So, yeah, it's still very faint. You don't hear it too much. Yeah, you really don't. I mean, they're going to need to get shocked soon, but I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's going to help. They may need to get shocked a couple of times. All right, offense again. Let's go.
Chris Andrews back in. Let's keep on saying Andrews. Chris Andrews back at it. He gives it to the Juggernaut. Big fellow rumbles downhill, picks up a good solid 4 or 5 yards.
Mm-hmm. Good job.
And as I was saying, number 6, Khalid Miller. Call him Mr. Everything, kind of a Swiss Army knife type of player.
Right.
We've seen him on offense. Again, he's one of those staple players that will get the job done, and oftentimes gets not overshadowed, but less than the headlines because you got a Sadiq Nathaniel right there, who number 1 DB in the nation right now.
Right.
You end up with Errol James, who another nationally ranked type dude.
Yeah.
So you got all those weapons. He kind of gets lost in the shuffle, and there you go. Makes a defensive play. Now he's out here playing the slot to the far side of the field.
Fumble the ball a little bit.
Chris Andrews up the middle. Short game will bring up a 4th down. And we'll see.
Now we rolling. 4th down, we rolling.
And let's see what the Green Wave decide to do. Looks like they're going to punt the ball.
4th down, we rolling. We rolling. They're punting, guys.
Clock rolls. We'll see the Green Wave punt team, and the Golden Lions will try to figure out how to get a spark in this thing. And although the lights have not,
only got 10.
The lights have not turned on here at the stadium yet. The Golden Lions are looking to not have their lights cut off before the 3rd quarter.
I don't know, Dave. I don't think the bill was paid early on, so yeah, it's just been all Green Wave at this point.
5.
Oop,
4.
That's offsides. And now, yep. You knew he was going to run that ball once he got the green. Oh, a little extracurriculars. Oop. And we're going to turn down the volume on that because you know there's some colorful language there. Oh, you know there's a bunch of that in there.
Yeah. We don't want that.
So now here's the thing. It was offsides. And now it's a 1st down.
Right.
No, you're not. No,
Yep. That's just not smart football.
all that bullshit. That's on us. On what number? They're gonna let him
Approach me. Came
They're gonna let him
offside.
slam you after the whistle blowing and not throw flag. It's crazy. And it's 30. They're gonna say sorry again, right?
Yeah.
They're gonna say sorry.
30
Let him
clearly
handle it.
ran by himself.
Ooh, internet.
Yeah, 30, yeah.
So I'm telling you, now blew the whistle. He slammed me. Not a flag. It's on
slammed
camera.
you?
I'm gonna send it to the fucking league at the over.
It's okay.
All right. So, 1st down, Green Wave, and they're moving the ball again. I mean, even if it's on penalties, it's a big deal.
It is.
You know, Golden Lion had
It
an
was
opportunity.
Totally unnecessary. You needed the ball.
Yeah.
Low snap, gets it, goes to
Kev
Kevin Pear.
again. Good run.
And look at those guys downhill. 77 downhill.
Got a lineman
52
down.
Oh, he's down, but he was downhill.
Yeah,
Respect to that man for getting downhill. We're talking about
not sure the number.
speed
on
of
that.
these guys. He got downhill in a hurry. So
All right.
Okay,
We're not sure as to the player.
it's Devon West who's
Okay,
down.
52, Devon West. All right.
Yeah, so what?
All
West
right.
gets
Got to come off one.
that big fella.
Yeah.
Got to
Okay.
come off one.
Anyway, Green.
Yeah, he's good.
All right. Strap up, guys. Strap up.
And there's a ready for play whistle. We're about to get back to it.
Good job. Good job by West getting downfield the block. You know, he got rolled up a little bit. I guess it wasn't too bad. You know, more of a scare than anything else.
Golden Lions defense trying to find a way to get off this field.
10.
Andrews is back. Low snap again.
Mm-hmm.
Gives it to Kevin Pear, who picks up another
Good.
couple yards and stop by number 50.
Right.
Down and short. Third down and short.
3rd and 1. Good job by the defensive tackle again. You know, he's really trying his best. Brian Bellamy there on that play, but you know, Kev is still trying to get his.
Yeah, pretty soon you're going to hear it. Well, you see who's right at the line of scrimmage right now. That's Howard Gaber's favorite player, David Miranda. So
Yeah.
if he ends up in a scrum, you are going to hear some colorful language. Yeah, so we'll definitely bring that to you. I'll pay the fine. Oh, snap. Nice double team.
Good run by
that.
Kev again.
And they're just moving.
Yeah. Yeah. This
good,
is
solid blocking by the guys. Right guard, right tackle.
Yep.
On that one just, woof. Indeed.
Yeah, they're just driving now. They're taking their time.
A bit of the. Yeah, that's that offensive line right there.
Nephew, shop up.
Yep. There's West, Herrera, Otero, Arroyo, and Anderson. There's a few substitutions in there.
Yeah, I think now we
David Watts is in there too.
We got 15
As he
seconds.
just checked out. So they do have a little bit of depth at that
offensive line.
At that spot, yeah.
Timeout, offense.
Okay.
So, timeout, Green.
Timeout, offense.
And with that, we're gonna check out some of the offensive players from the Green Wave. Sadiq Nathaniel, you see on the left side, that's number 1. He's had himself a decent game today. He's had himself an amazing year. And Gittins, 21. That's Toon right there. He's had himself a heck of a game, including an interception to start the game on the defensive side of the ball. But again, he's one of those guys that come crunch time, he's going to be on the field. Kevin Pear has had a Kevin Pear type day. Solid performance, touches, and I think there's some running on the sideline. I think they're doing like sideline show antics and such. Yeah, they're celebrating. They're doing like victory laps and such. There's a lot of fun out here. Okay.
Yeah, one of the Golden Lion players is leaving in the.
Oh, they catch the guy leaving. Oh, wow. So one of the Golden Lion players has decided that his day is over. So some of the Green Wave players have decided to give him an exit interview.
Yes.
Yes, that's very thoughtful of them.
Yeah, very thoughtful.
Indeed.
Once again, this whole game up until this point right now has been all Green Wave. Very few mistakes, which was important. They needed to fix that from the previous game, and they still getting a couple of personal fouls when they don't need it, but hasn't hurt them at all as of yet.
I'm not a fan of the personal fouls, I'll be honest with you, but at the same time, here's the thing. I've told my teams before.
Defense set.
If we set the tone with a personal foul, as a result, you scared the dog mess out of the other team into making mistakes and such, then from a strategy point of view, just like in basketball, use your fouls.
Yeah.
But if you short circuit afterwards, you're not playing disciplined and such, then that to be a problem. It appears here as though some of those personal fouls have really gotten under the skin of the Golden Lions.
Tune again.
Counter with the juggernauts.
Look at this.
Field, boom, 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 boom. The juggernaut down to the 20-yard line. Good, solid run by that man.
Yeah, that backfield is dangerous, right? You got the big kid in there. You got Kevin. Then you get Tune in motion, and the quarterback himself could run with the ball. So it creates havoc for that defensive line and the backers to know exactly where and who they got to key on, because you can't key on any one guy that's back there at the moment. So
you have to respect all of the play actions that they're doing. So it's not like you could just sit there and just disregard Tune going on speed sweep, because we've seen that go for 6.
Of course.
We've seen Kevin on a straight backside go for 6. And here it is again, and this is Kevin Pear up the middle, and he's going to get his.
Yep.
He moves the sticks.
Yep.
And it's getting to that point.
Wow. It's like the Green Wave kit.
The end of the third quarter.
Okay.
And with that, that's actually the end of the quarter. You see the clock is incorrect. With our score, New York Green Wave 32, New England Gold Lions 8.
It started from the kitchen on Palm and Holcomb. Now we getting bigger, you count us out, when you should have counted us twice. We will have a full array of food all game long for your hungry souls. Mama Main's Kitchen is all about providing quality Jamaican/Caribbean tasting food at a great price. This may be the best jerk barbecue you have ever had.
You ain't missing 10 out of 10.
And we are back. As you can see, the scoreboard on the right side, 32-8. And you see the scoreboard right down Broadway there, 32-8. Everywhere you look, it's kind of the same story, right? New York Green Wave, a dominating performance here in the championship game of the Big East Football League.
That's what wisdom.
Joey, what are your thoughts so far?
Dominant first 3 quarters by the Green Wave here. And I'm not expecting anything less from them out of this fourth quarter. They're looking to score again right now and add to this lead.
And we got Chris Andrews
10.
at quarterback. Toon was the one that went into motion there. Fakes the handoff, throws it. He has a man.
Oh,
and
interception.
It is an interception. And it looks like he's going to try to run it back, and that is number 18, Saeed Franklin.
Oh,
and,
good tackle.
There we go.
Wow.
And that's Kevin Pear with the form tackle on the opposite end. At the
saving tackle there, too.
Indeed. Good job by him.
Kevin, if I watched him from the very beginning, once that ball was intercepted, you always teach pursuit angles, right? He definitely took a really good pursuit angle to not allow this kid to get upfield because that was a touchdown.
Indeed. That was a good, well-thrown ball, and they've been having their way with that throw pretty much all day. They didn't think this was going to be anything different.
Back up.
The intended receiver
Green
on that.
Back up. Green Wave, back up.
Yeah.
Hey, where's the other ball?
All right, as you see, Howard marked where the ball was going, and
okay,
we'll catch it. I think he was trying to get Daniels over there in the corner.
And then look like
Sadiq.
That like Rex. So that number 10?
Yeah.
Defense
he took the ball off his back, it looks like.
Ready.
Yeah, it wasn't Sadiq.
Yeah.
I'm not sure who that receiver was. It might have been a sub.
But
nonetheless, great play by Franklin on that one. Never not giving up. Kudos to him. Doctor goes back to work on the 45. Doctor Gobert.
Ball's away.
He throws it to nobody.
Oh.
And wow, closest man on that one was. Oof.
Yeah.
That could have been another pick six right there. Mm-hmm. Truth.
Lucky for him that the ball was thrown poorly. If it was thrown good, the defender might have been able to pick that up. Yes, would have been for a pick six there.
That's Shannon James on that side too. He already has one, so he's wagging his finger at those guys like, "Hey man, I thought I told you that first time."
Yeah.
But
and he's got his partner in crime over there. Is that Toon over there with him too?
Yes,
looks like it. Yeah, so
indeed. He's capable of something.
This defense is really, really good. The way they have all these guys here.
The Docteur back to pass. Flush out the pocket. He's throwing to the corner.
Oh, good defense. Man.
He got it? Oh.
No. He caught it out of bounds.
Was that Miller? That was Kai. Yes, indeed. You know what? I wish we had the replay on that one. You go back on that one. I'm gonna call him in on that one.
I don't know.
I'm gonna call him in on that one.
Just walk it.
If we can take
That's a heck of a catch. By the way, this is the ball hawking in this thing.
Yes,
he's got
by all the defensive backs. All right, he's got it there.
Oh, you know what? His elbows landed first.
Yeah.
But his
knees did land and his feet were inbounds.
If he had done leg day a couple more times, he would have been bottom heavy.
Yeah.
The feet land first.
But
that's a heck of an effort.
I was going to say, nevertheless, what a great play.
Yes, indeed.
The secondaries come to play. The linebackers are doing their thing. Our defensive line, this whole defense is doing great work today.
Back to pass is the dart.
Good catch.
Throws it to Duze.
Oh, the ball came out, they're saying.
Looks like the ball's on the ground.
And he got it back.
Yep. And it's recovered, but we have a injured player. Oh,
no, he's getting up.
Sadiq is just contemplating what could have been if he got that fumble recovery. So, what do we got?
Green wave. A lot of green wave.
A lot of green wave. We do have a lot of green wave. One thing that I definitely can appreciate about this is that, you can correct me if I'm wrong.
White has one.
The Lions didn't lay an egg today.
Right.
Even their turnovers, even the interceptions, everything like that, that was the green wave playing better.
Yes.
That was them just imposing their will.
Right.
Like last week, Kingston Lions in the rain, ball gets snapped. He did self-inflicted.
Down at the 13th.
Right.
There's a lot of debate going on in the middle.
Say stupid.
There was a timeout. We didn't catch on who it was, but nevertheless.
So self-inflicted issues. We have not seen that. Really.
Right.
We've seen the green wave force the issue and cause the Golden Lions into mistakes and force the Golden Lions into not getting it done. That I could live with. You know, it's just the ball just pops out of nowhere and they just, a snap that goes over. We haven't seen a snap over the quarterback's head or unforced errors, which again is a sign of good football.
Just good defense, yeah. Oh, somebody.
Except for the penalties.
Offense.
False start on the offense on that one.
That ball.
All right. Yeah, he did.
Come here.
Defense could get in and get back.
All right.
Because your quarterback moved. Your right guard moved.
All right, so we have a offside penalty here. And once again, like you said, it's just been really good football being played by the Green Wave. Because of the presence of their defensive line, their defensive backs and linebackers have been dropping to the right spots and being able to make plays. And no fault of the Golden Lions, but here we go, another screenplay here.
Off there with the screen, incomplete.
Yeah.
Yeah, every play, every big play that you've seen, even Errol jumping over Duke with 1 second left. Shannon James with a break on the ball. That was a heck of a break and clear sailing to the end zone. All of those plays is just the Green Wave just playing football.
Playing football, yeah. Correct.
It has not been a oops or missed assignment and then somebody's wide open and
correct.
The ball's on the ground for everybody to see. It hasn't been that. So when you look at the final score in this thing and 32-8 is out of control. It may even get worse from here.
Right.
If you didn't see the game, you would say, "Oh, who'd they play?" The Lions laid the egg. How good of a team could this be?
Right.
It's not really the case.
Nope. It's not. The first matchup was big. But I think it was more like you said that they didn't know each other as well. They knew each other, but they didn't know each other. Now they had time to go back. Hold on.
Ball's away.
Got a pass to the corner here. Good defense.
Doctor Sadiq Nathaniel on the coverage.
Yeah.
He's starting in the middle of your chest.
This time, the Green Wave is the team that's,
I saw where you started.
Without the mistakes going on. Got a couple of minor penalties,
ripping right through them.
Really minor things and stuff like that. But
good rush.
For the most part, they're playing really good football right now.
Indeed. Now, when we talk about the regional picture, you end up with the Green Wave with an undefeated record.
Right.
The only other undefeated team in the region out of the big three leagues.
Connecticut Falcons.
Connecticut Falcons, indeed. Now, the other team that is champion but has 2 losses to their record is the Unit.
Yes.
So we have 3 really impressive out of the region.
And shout out to the Unit on their win. I saw Coach Raheem downstairs on the sideline here.
There you go.
Oh, good run by the
picks up a few.
Okay.
He's refusing to give up in this thing, but it's going to be a lot more work.
Yeah.
4th down coming up.
4th down in about 4. We rolling, guys. We rolling. 4th down.
All right. So the Green Wave, there's no sack.
There's no authority.
The Green Wave defense here is looking to get out and hold here prior, this next play. So let's see what the defense comes up with
4th
here.
and 5. And I'm not going to say this is a must, but this is a must.
10
for the Golden Lions. It is a must. They got to whistle again.
And they're going to talk about it. Let's take a break.
Right.
Commercial coming up. Howard Gaber, HSG Network here with Joey Begon, Big East Championship.
Ain't got nothing to do with it. Should have fucking had at least.
And we are back here, HSG Network. Man, look.
Niggas don't come to practice. They don't play. Don't get in the way to the game to play.
The referee's doing some.
No, all right. Listen.
Yeah, he's Uncle Ruckus over there.
Well,
man.
this isn't a duck show. This is not a. It's not making the kids.
Defensive captain. We set. Defense set.
Okay, we're ready to play some
ready.
football. So again, I'm not saying that this is a must, but it's pretty much a must.
Yeah.
Boop. Boop.
Yeah.
Boop.
Yeah. If you don't want the paddles.
The doctor going right. He throws it up, and it is a touchdown.
What a fucking throw.
Boop.
What a fucking.
And that's Kadeem Wilson with the touchdown. Bleezy on timing.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
32-16. So now.
On time down.
I'm not saying that this is a must, but it's pretty much a must. Yep.
Yeah, it definitely is. Because then, like you said, you're going to count by eights.
Yeah.
And you're down
Counting by eights.
You're down two.
You got some eights to do, yeah.
Yeah, so you got to make a few eights. This is the first one. This is the first 8 that they got to make.
The doctor trying to negotiate. We haven't seen Rocket today. I'm not sure if he showed up today.
And Ramsey has been quiet also today.
Yeah, Ramsey's had a quiet day. Yeah. All those keys that we thought. The doctor throws one up to Duze. Incomplete. And I'm going to say it now.
Yeah, we flatlining, you think, already?
I think we flatlined at this particular point because now we're
32, 8-3-2,
and with 8:32 left.
Yeah,
and you got 18 left, 3 scores. We're about done.
All right,
let's look at the touchdown.
We're gonna replay on the touchdown.
Good final push by the Golden Lions, not giving up. The doctor. I say he is it. Oh, this is a big time play.
Wrong play, but that's okay. Good run by him earlier.
Right.
And now we got it.
And under pressure.
Just gets away. Yep. Good job.
And that was right over Shannon James. So
Shannon.
Indeed.
Yo.
I mean that is the matchup we said earlier that they should have went to.
Indeed. And Shannon put it to bed early.
Yeah.
So, Kadeem usually when he makes that type of play would let Shannon know about it, but yeah.
No. He was up here with it.
Yeah. But as we know, as the score dictates, you don't want to say anything right now if you're a Golden Lion. You just want to play ball. You want to finish up this game. You know, it's going to be a long ride to Connecticut.
Yeah, that's for sure.
It's going to be a long, quiet, cold ride.
Yep.
No, they long. It's going to be a long trip. Yeah, silent. The line. It's flat line according to Dave right now.
Yeah, 3 scores is a good much.
You sure we don't even have a beep? Nothing.
No.
Just straight.
All right. Tyreek Noble is doing some celebrating. Oh! And it was definitely touched.
Oh, look at this!
Yeah, here's the thing. It was touched before 10 yards.
Right. He touched. Thank you, John.
Thank
you, John. Thank you.
The flag should have came out.
Let's see.
Thank you, John.
It's going to be, unless the Golden Lions recovered it. If the Golden
Spot
Lions
is on
recover it,
John.
we're
There
going to
you
be
go.
re-kicking it. But I don't believe so. It's going to be at the spot of the touching.
8:29 now. All right, we got first
I'm
down.
pretty sure the flag was supposed to go on that. So the one
First
time
down.
that they, the one time they don't throw the flag is when they need to. Go figure.
When they're supposed to.
Thank you. All right, 1st and 10.
All right. Green Wave with yet another offensive possession. I mean,
All right, defense
is
set.
it
Chuck
because of the score that they're stalling a little bit now? Have they subbed a few other people in, Dave, do you think? Or
To tell you the truth, it's hard to tell because they do substitute a lot, like not garbage
thank you.
time type of players, or what
Right.
have you. That they're number
I
twos
saw
would be
that
number
shit all the
ones
way
on a lot of
back
other
there.
teams.
correct.
So
Nigga kicked it.
it's
Kicked it
not
again.
necessarily that, but and the clock's not running. Now it's running,
good
and
run.
now Kevin Pear is running. Gets to the outside,
Oh,
and there's
okay.
a face mask, and
Looks like we got a flag going.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's a face mask. It might be a horse collar. Well, it is a face mask.
and then one way or another, they are moving the ball.
Yeah.
17. 15 from there.
Good
Face
tough
mask.
run by Kevin
Yeah.
Pear.
I mean,
During the play, face mask on the defense, number 17, 15 yards. Yeah. When it's
I had his
spun around.
leg. I had his leg. I ain't do that, I swear.
No, it was 15.
A little playful banter. And speaking of a substitution or a backup that is not really a backup, you have one of the best quarterbacks in the area coming in at quarterback. Juan coming in, number 14. Juan Rodriguez.
So they switch quarterbacks now. The Green Wave have.
He is the championship quarterback from the Bears. And again, Chris, by the way, hats off to Chris Andrews because he played a heck of a game.
Yeah, he did have himself a really good game here. Putting up 32 points. I mean, 6 came from the defense, but still, nevertheless, great.
Yeah, he moved this offense.
Oh,
Hand
good
off to
move
Kevin
by
Pear,
Kev.
sets the field, and
Oh,
whoa!
why did he leave his feet?
There you go.
Yeah, you're a little guy. You don't leave your feet. You lower your pads and you keep going. Once again, this young man, I like it.
That man is fierce.
Fucked up beyond
Great.
all recognition.
Great jump cut by Kevin, but the ref with his
I would have jumped in the air and landed on that nigga like a Samoan.
Like a Samoan, he said.
There you go. That's what you guys wanted to hear, right? Let's see something in the comments about that mic.
You got caught in the air like basketball and dunk.
Right, there you have it, guys.
15!
Looked like a basketball.
Well, that's what you guys wanted to hear. And I explained to him, too. You got a hot mic. He said, yeah, I totally understand. But, all right. Green Wave. Kevin's out wide, is that? Yeah. Uh-oh.
Juggernaut.
Here's the juggernaut.
Ooh, he's rocking people. 10 yards. He's going to turn up Sam's like the white cap.
Full start on the offense. 5 yards, replay second down.
Okay, now
Full start. Offense.
that's what gets me because the false
start on
start
offense.
is a
Carry,
dead
bring
ball
him back.
penalty.
Carry, bring him
Here's
back.
the thing.
It was a false start. Where's my original?
And I know Randy Anderson's going to be pissed off because Randy rolled his ankle on that.
Yes, I saw that. He came off. Yeah, he came
And
off.
if it was a false start, the play should have been blown dead before.
And it would have never happened.
Yeah.
Yeah. You hope that the refs do the right job, and you should have blown the whistle right away immediately to not allow the play to go.
Maybe that's the rule in Samoan football.
Yeah, because he
Like
did,
a
or basketball. 'Cause he said he slammed him like
a basketball.
dunked him like a dunk shot there. Oh. All right. So what is it, 2nd and 8?
$15.
Here we go.
Okay.
Back to pass.
Balls away.
Good pass.
With the
good
nice move. By Miller.
Wow.
Oh, he nearly got away with it too.
Listen, a shoestring tackle there. If he doesn't grab that ankle, I think he's off to the races maybe.
Yeah. I tell you, I keep on saying it. Kyle Miller is a piece, man.
Yeah.
He is a piece.
Good stuff there by Kyle Miller on the catch with that move.
No, that's right.
So.
Well, and we seeing
15.
Play clock at 15.
All right.
Yep. As Howard's messing with the bottom.
10.
Yep.
Yeah. Here we go.
Yeah. There's other things that you could be shooting with that thing. Downhill to the juggernaut.
Oh, good move.
A lot of contact on that one.
Yeah.
Oof.
I mean,
yeah, seeing that contact inside makes me not miss playing football at all.
Makes me not miss it either. And then this late in the game, right? This late in the game, now you're going to take the abuse from this young man here who's running with a full head of steam. That's absolutely nuts.
Yeah.
You know, that you and the defense, you have to stop that? Yeah.
Yeah. Indeed. And when you're in a championship situation, again, losing a championship game sucks.
Yeah.
It's happened to me a couple times, way too many. One time is way too many. But it just feels like the clock just tick, 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 tick. It's painful. It's absolutely painful.
Yeah.
And I know that for the goal line.
5, 4,
God, will this ever
3, 2. Timeout. Offense.
Timeout on the offense, and we'll go to one more commercial break. HSG Network, Big East Championship. And we are back.
All of y'all. I've had most of y'all since y'all were young.
And you hear Sam, the official,
Timeout's over. Water out.
reminiscing
Coach
with
is out.
the Green Wave lineman.
It was talking too greasy. We got to follow.
All right, defense set. Offense
Fourth
ready.
down. Now, hard count.
Yeah, possibly.
Could the goal lines just not go off sides, please?
Yeah.
Yeah. The backup is a national champion.
Oh, bad throw. Turnover
Was it
on
tipped?
downs. I'm not sure if it was.
Could have been tipped.
I don't think so.
Might have been tipped.
I don't think it was tipped. But nevertheless, fourth down.
Doesn't really.
Turnover on downs. New England ball.
Jabari Sampson in the comments. Got the wave going.
Yeah.
There you go. Check out some of the other comments. Big shout out. They freed Drewski.
Drewski got freed, quickly.
Blew out chip, never fun.
Blowout chips.
Yeah.
They're not. I mean, I wouldn't say it was a blowout. Still pretty good football.
I would say it's a blowout.
Okay. Well, I mean, Dave flatlined them a while ago, so yeah.
Yeah. When do you think was the flat line in hindsight? We know the flat line now.
To me, I think it was on that pick six. Yeah.
Pick six was the flat line.
Yeah. Pick six.
I think Errol's touchdown in the right before with 1 second left. I think that was it. Yep. Handoff to the outside. Got Christian Ramsey. And, of course, because it's Ramsey, there's going to be some extra love thrown his way. One of the hosts of the Three Bleezy show. Big shout out to him. So anybody have an opportunity to get in his ear, they're definitely going to get a chance. So, indeed. So, as we are counting down here, we're going to be signing off directly after the game. You could probably check. You could check post game on the Bleezy's page. There will be a wide variety of colorful commentary. Colorful commentary. Both appropriate and not appropriate for your viewing pleasure on the Three Bleezies page on Facebook. You can also catch me tomorrow at 9 a.m. for Way Too Early with Pat Bleezy. Toss that goes awry on that one, and the Doctor is looking to throw and almost comes up with a reception to Duze. But they're kind of trying whatever they can at this time to just finish off on a positive note. So, as I said, tomorrow morning on the Bleezy Show, you can check me out, Way Too Early with Pat Bleezy. We'll have full analysis of this game and preview of the next season, I should say. Our next game, which you'll see some previews for upcoming, is going to be Friday, June 27th, 6 p.m. in Teaneck, New Jersey. New York versus New Jersey. High school football, absolute awesome event hosted by our guy, Jeff Legree. Very, very awesome young man who does these type of events. We were there a couple weeks ago for a North-South game, which was really well done. Big shout out to Jeff Legree. So we're back here. Fumbled the snap. We're going to throw it over to the Docteur. We have a roughing the passer call on it. Yep. And on the sideline, they're getting the coaches with the water jug, with the traditional Gatorade bath with the water. Congratulations to the New York Green Wave, champions of the Big East Football League for the 2025 season. And as we finish this up with the Golden Lions finishing out their drive, it's about a little less than 2 minutes left. Welcome back in, Howard Gaber. How are you doing, sir?
Jeez, I can't believe Joey can't get this headset to work. I'm just kidding.
You have a way with entrances. So what did you think about today's game, sir?
I thought it was, you know what I'm happy about? That it was clean. You know, there was no fighting. There was no yelling and screaming a lot. And you finished the game. That's what matters, is you play the whole game. You don't have the refs cut it short. I don't know whose championship game that happened to, but I believe that was...
there's a couple people. Yeah, I wasn't the only one.
No.
I wasn't the only one, but yeah.
But I think we should thank Mason Morgan for bringing us on this year.
Absolutely. Thank you to Mason Morgan, my buddy, Big East commissioner, and all the folks over at the Big East, including our buddy Earl Thomas of New York Bandit fame. He's one of the administrators. Nessa as well. Nessa Barnes, she does an awesome job.
Excellent work by everybody.
And it's been fun. It's absolutely
our
been
first
fun.
season doing it. Game of the week.
Indeed. So as spring football kind of changes the map, we've kind of consolidated things. Pass over to the edge. So bring up third down. Kind of consolidated things in the area. So you have the ECFL pretty much from Connecticut on up. Big East, which has a Connecticut team, plus everybody from that point down to New York. We have also big shout out to the Kingston Lions. We were there as well.
Yes.
They have a beautiful facility.
Great hosts.
Staten Island's in the mix. You got Brooklyn teams. Big shout out to the Brooklyn Bengals. Big shout out to the Bed-Stuy Crusaders, New York Crusaders.
Shaolin Hurricanes.
Shaolin. Oh, cha-cha-cha. Yes, indeed. And of course, the Wolfpack out on Long Island, so a really awesome geographic footprint. And then the NEAFL representing the South in terms of Jersey, Delaware, Pennsylvania as well. They do an awesome job there. So,
here we go. Halfback option.
Ooh. And we have a drop, and of course that's Ramsey. So they're going to let him
know taunting.
About it.
A little friendly taunting.
Just a tad. Yep. So. It's all in good fun. But here's the thing. people have been talking about this level of football and the national picture of AAA, AA, this A, that A. To be honest, this Green Wave team can handle anybody in the region. We're talking about the big three right now being the Falcons, who are undefeated up out of the ECFL, and then the New Jersey unit, who are the champions in the...
Who defeated a undefeated team in the Militia.
Beat the undefeated Militia in the NEAFL. So right now, those are the top three. And if you were to add a fourth in there...
Who?
I think you
ACFA maybe?
No, well, they're too far. But what I would say is if we were going to play it out, we were discussing this on the show the last 2 weeks actually, who would be your final four out of the three leagues? So you get the three champions, the seeding in, and then who would be your at-large team? After today, I mean, Green Wave, I would have number one. Number two, I would have the Falcons.
I agree.
Number three, I like a forward pass, but they're going to go through it anyway.
There you go.
There's a connection. And it looks like that is the game. And with that, the Green Wave are champions of the Big East. Officially, we kind of knew that from halftime, but now it's absolutely official. Championship for the New York Green Wave. Congratulations to their entire organization. Karim McFarland, the owner and head coach of that program. All of their assistant coaches as well. Players from top to bottom.
I think we have.
Absolutely awesome job. Howard, what are your thoughts about this year?
I think it was a great year. I think we had some big broadcasts, and Dave's going to read all the assistants. Go ahead, Dave.
Indeed. So Sherrod Howard, he's one of the owners and a coach as well. Emma Peralta, statistician. Fred Turner doing the linebackers. Hector Alvarado, he's an awesome dude from Harlem Jets fame. Awesome coach, by the way. Defensive line guy. Joseph Serrano, absolute technician on the offensive line. Karim McFarland, as I said, head coach. And Quincy Banks is one of the assistant coaches as well. Absolutely star-studded cast that has a lot of wealth of knowledge and experience in the game of football, and very quality organization.
Yes, top to bottom. And I think almost all of the organizations in the Big East were quality. We didn't have any issues with anybody, whether it was doing the field work, whether it was having you on the field, interviewing players during the game. We apologize with the rain and everything else going on today that we couldn't have Dave down on the field, but we do have him up here in the booth, and he did a great job on the game calling it with Joey. We want to thank Joey. He's right now retrieving our microphone from the ref, which just added another layer of unexpected hilarity during the game, which is just fantastic. So just want to thank everybody for watching. Final sign-off?
Absolutely. So, absolute honor this year joining the HSG Network crew. And Howard Gaber, thank you so much for having me. We absolutely, when we talk about the development of the game, like from week one all the way to now, in week one you fumble the ball, you make mistakes and stuff like that. We developed so many things from a broadcast standpoint. The on-field camera, the audio got better, the interviews got better. Like we went from, we had something to start, but I think as we progress this thing, we got better during the course of the year. We're in mid-season form right now.
Oh, yeah. And we will come back for
there you go. That's
a game here and there. And we are going to do our youth. We always have TCUFL youth every week. So that's why we really don't do a lot of semi-pro in the fall. But if the opportunity comes up, we will do it.
Absolutely. And big shout out to all of our sponsors as well. You saw the commercials during the course of the broadcast. We want to thank all those folks for absolutely helping us out, making this possible. And for Joey Pagan as well, the old ball coach, allowing me to share a booth with him. He does an amazing job as well. So for the 2025 Big East football season, the champions, New York Green Wave, final here, 32-14 over the New England Golden Lions. Congratulations to the champs.